All right, guys, today we're testing artistry and we're judging blind.
That's my favorite part of this whole thing. You don't know who did what, and this is completely as brutally honest as can be.
Hope y'all ready for a long-distance ass-kicking.
For your first tattoo, you're being judged on overall ability. Each of you went head-to-head with your master or apprentice. One of you will win, and one of you will lose. This is a blind critique. The judges have no idea who tattooed which tattoo. Your tattoos have been randomly assigned either number 1 or number 2. Miami and Craig, let's start with you. New school black and gray. Let's talk about tattoo number 1.
Looking at this tattoo overall, there's a lot of heavy, clean lines and a lot of smooth gray shading.
I like the way that whoever did this was able to pull off some different size lines. Overall, aesthetically, it's cool, it's strong, it's bold.
Let's move on to tattoo number 2.
This tattoo is very big, very striking, but once you get into it and look real close, it's pretty rough. The black shading that comes off the back of the skull underneath the hair, it's just like that back of the arm just didn't get paid attention to.
Well, taking into consideration overall ability, let's debate a win here.
Based on everything from line work to shading to solid black, I have to go with number 1.
I'd have to go with number 1 as well.
Unanimous, number 1.
Who did number 1?
I did.
Craig. Big C's and Keto. Black and gray, realism, Day of the Dead, Girl and a Rose. Tattoo number 1.
This is not realism. This hair is the furthest from realistic hair.
We're missing all of those fine strands of hair. It shows promise that there's something better hiding.
Let's move on to tattoo number 2.
The way the artist chose to end the top of this tattoo has a very unfinished look. If you look close at the design around the eye, that outline is not super clean, not super sharp, and not consistent. Tattoo number 1, there are some smooth areas of shading. I'm going with tattoo number 1.
Clearly, tattoo number 1.
Tattoo number 1 has the win. Who did it?
I did.
Big C's. Congratulations, man. Matt and Katie. Neo-traditional bird and flower. Let's start with tattoo number 1.
The black's really strong, the outline looks great. The color palette really works for this design.
Let's look at tattoo number 2.
I like the overall layout, big, tough claws. It's a big tattoo. If it wasn't this big, you could have got a little more detailed out, and the owl itself could have been stronger.
Let's debate a win here.
How strong and vivid number 1 looks, I'm going with number 1.
I'm gonna go with number 1 as well.
Number 1.
Who did tattoo number 1?
I did.
Well done. Earl and Dave. New school, stylized realism. Tattoo number 1.
This tattoo has some very, very clean line work, some very, very smooth shading, but as far as designing it, I don't like the shape of the skull. No real big wow factor to this tattoo.
Tattoo number 2.
This tattoo is very, very messy. Wall to wall, color on top of color.
You have the brown focal point of the skull, but then your eyes just go crazy trying to make any sense of what's going on.
All right, guys, who has the win?
Simply based on application, I would say number 1.
Number 1 has it. Who did number 1? Apprentice Dave just won. How does that feel?
Good and at the same time. Actually, a lot of the color theory that's making me known, I learned from him.
Chris and Tyler. Traditional and realism. Let's start with tattoo number 1.
There's no consistent 2 lines side by side. The lines are so thick and thin and so erratic, but with a very weak outline in comparison to the very heavy rose outline on the outside of the rose. There has to be some kind of cohesiveness.
Tattoo number 2.
Man, this tattoo stands out. It's very sharp. The outline is very deliberate, very crisp. The black in the background, bringing forward the color, really helps out. The shading in the skull is a nice, smooth blend. The cleanliness of the outline on tattoo number 2 is so much stronger than tattoo number 1.
Tattoo number 2 as well.
That's you, Tyler?
Yep.
And you are the apprentice.
Yes, sir.
Chris, how you feel about this?
It's all right. Give him the win on the line work. That's what you want.
St. Mark and Ryan. Black and gray surrealism. Let's take a look at tattoo number 1.
I do think you have some nice, soft, shaded gray areas and some good, deep, saturated black.
It has a lot of textures, it has a lot of tricks. You've got my interest, let's see what you're gonna do.
Let's move on to tattoo number 2.
This tattoo from a distance is pretty sloppy. There's no evidence of a clean outline. There's not just any straight areas of solid saturated black. It's all whipped out in every direction. I wish that tattoo number 1 had more to it, and I wish that tattoo number 2 had less to it.
I'm leaning with number 1 for sure, just based on smoothness.
Tattoo number 1 is the winner.
That would be me.
All right, St. Mark, the master wins this time.
Thanks a lot.
Eric and Marisa, Japanese koi fish. Let's take a look at tattoo number 1.
Good looking head on this fish. I like the shape of the body. The scales look very smooth and repetitive.
Let's move on to tattoo number 2.
There is no back tail. There is nothing that would move this thing. I mean, this thing's gonna pirouette to the bottom and die. This tattoo is not good. Whoever did this, you shouldn't be doing these. Clearly, this is a number 1 win for me.
We're judging overall ability. I'm going with number 1.
Tattoo number 1 wins. Who did tattoo number 1?
I did.
Cruiseman and Duffy. Traditional anchor and rose. Tattoo number 1.
The design has a lot of issues. The water stands out as just being pretty jacked. You basically just put a big field of blue everywhere behind this anchor. I think it takes away from it.
Let's move on to tattoo number 2.
I like the composition of this tattoo. The black to color ratio is very nice.
It's very strong, it's very bold. It definitely fits what I consider to be a traditional tattoo.
Let's debate a win here.
I'm going with number 2. It looks very much like the person's very comfortable with this style, and this is what they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with number 2 as well. Who did tattoo number 2?
I did.
MV and Brian. Neo-traditional Mother Nature. Let's start with tattoo number 1.
This overall tattoo has a lot of hiccups in it. Her face is looking straight on, but her nose is going a little bit crooked. Her eyes, one's looking a little bit the wrong way. It's sloppy and not precise.
Let's look at tattoo number 2.
This is one of those tattoos that's good from far, but then when you get up on it, there's so many problems in this thing. The outline around her hand all the way down to her elbow, the amount of bumps, it's a lot. The technical side of it, I can't back whatsoever, but the artistic side, I want to see more.
Tattoo number 2 is more appealing to me, as far as the look and the image.
I lean towards number 2.
Number 2 it is.
With me.
Congratulations to the 9 of you who won your head-to-head battles. You are safe from elimination. Your first shot to make a team is happening right now. You will have 6 hours to tattoo any style, any subject matter. Your canvases are completely open and have been randomly assigned. Your tattoo must speak for itself because these tattoos will be judged blind. There are 24 of you here, but only 6 spots available on each team. That means 6 of you will be eliminated.
This is my chance to show everybody back home I can bring it. I could not go home the first day.
It's up to you to prove that you deserve a spot on a team. Fail to impress one of the coaches, and you'll be going home. All right, guys, this is the blind critique.
It's me.
I like the tattoo. It looks clean. Just instantly, the first thing I think of is
It looks like she's
a little
her eyes,
cross-eyed.
yeah. Other than that, I see a lot of promise in this technical application.
We might be playing tug of war for this one, guys.
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
Next tattoo.
The little teacup, very cute. The rest of the tattoo is an absolute disaster.
I was gonna give her to Anthony. Or him, her.
We'll see who's laughing in the end.
Whoa, buddy.
It looks almost like a severed head floating on a rocky cliff or something, and that black's really beat. That sucks.
Areas of gray shading look really, really smooth and deliberate.
This person would be a tremendous asset on your team.
I like that.
Next tattoo.
Botanical, water, a boat, arrows. It's confusing.
But it does have some strong outlines.
Design-wise, easy fix.
Next up.
I love the flow and the composition and the way that it fits the arm.
I would be gunning for this person.
If this is my buddy Josh, he's a beast.
There's a lot of clean application in this tattoo. I personally am not a fan of the blue and white polka dot frosting that's sprinkled in on this thing.
Not gonna look like that in 5 years.
I do these dolls all the time, man. Them dots are absolutely gonna be there in 5 years.
The lines that are coming up.
Negatives.
Tell me what's negative that also casts a shadow.
Come on, bro.
Next tattoo.
If this was a design on a t-shirt, raise your hand who would buy this t-shirt. It's not a good design.
Definitely a distinct style.
You might have somebody who stands out in the crowd, and I like somebody who stands out.
All right, next tattoo.
Definitely shows a lot of clean application, very solid line work, but design-wise, this thing is a total miss.
There's way too much going on.
The belly of this thing looks like a rope.
Jacked, jacked, jacked.
He's been tattooing for 25 years,
I know, right? Like, if they knew who they were saying that about.
Y'all right.
Next tattoo.
This is a person who obviously knows how to draw, put together a nice composition.
This person would really work well with any of your styles.
I'm gunning for
This
this.
is top notch.
I don't know what gun you got, but it better be bigger than mine, dude, because I'm gunning too.
Thank you, DJ.
Next tattoo.
Her nose is nuts. Those points coming up looks like that nose belongs on the cap.
Next tattoo.
Oh, here we go.
Definitely some anatomy issues going on.
The face isn't bad. I
The
think
face is bad.
There's tricks, but how straight is the outline? How solid is the color? That's the bigger question.
All right, next tattoo.
I don't like it. It's supposed to be a bird of freedom. It doesn't look free.
so when you pick him, you can help him through all this stuff.
You're the black and gray master, bro.
All right, next up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
We've seen all these tattoos with so much stuff going on, and now here's something that's just simple, pretty clean. I'll mold this person into something real, for sure.
What does that mean?
It's the best face of the day. You know what I love about it? I've never seen it in this competition before.
I'm okay with this person on my team.
You can be really pissed when it's on mine.
I would get a different shirt before you ask people to pick you know what I mean?
Did you say glasses? You can see the future with those things.
Hell yeah. Your future's horrible.
Let's take a look at the next tattoo.
It looks really flat.
I think it needs to go back to the drawing board and start all over.
And that's where you come into play.
Oh,
Oh my God, dude.
Here we go.
I think the rat looks like,
You say the rat?
That's a wolf, bro.
I'll own that.
it's a better rat than a wolf, for sure.
The jaw is totally crooked in the shape of the cranium. It's like the teeth are knocked over to the side a little bit.
If this was going to be on my team, would this person have a shot at 100,000? And I would have to say no.
I feel like I got ripped a little bit hard on that.
Next up.
Look at the straight lines that are supposed to be in the blade.
It's a little wonky on the bottom, and it's just bland.
You.
All right, that's it. 24 tattoos. You guys got your favorites?
I think we're all gunning for the same people here. I better bring the gloves.
I think I'm sitting real well.
Them knowing you, man, you got a huge advantage, dude.
The difference is you guys are young tattooers. I've busted my ass for 15 years to get to where I am.
All of us have worked our ass off.
I'm bummed. I like tough. I want it to look like a tattoo. I wasn't trying to do a realistic skull.
A million excuses for do your style, your design. That's what it was.
Today, you had to tattoo whatever you thought would earn you a spot on one of the teams. Based only on your tattoos, each of you has been ranked by the judges and coaches. If you made it into the top 9, you'll get to choose which team you want to be on. For this round, only 3 spots are available per team. Let's see the #1 ranked tattoo of the day. Congratulations, Matt. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been tattooing for about 4 years now, but before that, I did a lot of book cover illustration, magazine illustration, and that enabled me to get to this point.
All right, coaches, why should this artist pick you?
With such little experience, I can relate, and I'm excited about what else you can bring to the table.
Right on.
I'm here for you. I'm here to make you win $100,000.
I mean, the money's cool, but getting that notoriety and that title is, to me, like, that's what your work is for.
Okay, Matt, which team do you pick?
I'm gonna go with DJ.
Go ahead and stand behind your coach.
My dog.
Second ranked tattoo of the day.
Yeah, baby.
Josh, which team do you pick?
As much as I got to go with DJ, I got to take a teammate too. And Matt kills him, so I got to go with Team DJ.
Mr. Payne.
Welcome aboard.
Let's take a look at the third ranked tattoo of the day. Congratulations, Deanna. All right, coaches, who wants to make a play for Deanna?
This feeds into my style of work. If we're on the same team, you're definitely competing for the finale.
Just in one tattoo, with that much versatility and this much versatility, it'll be an unstoppable team.
I'd hate to see you get lost in the shuffle.
I want to work with these solid teammates, so I'm going to go for DJ.
Wow. Head on over. That means that Team DJ for this round is completely full. Let's take a look at the fourth ranked tattoo of the day.
Yes.
Congratulations, Juan.
Thank you.
Which team do you select?
The style I'm really enjoying the most lately is black and gray mixed with color. I think Anthony can help me better with that. So I choose Team Anthony.
Thank you, brother.
What's up, bro?
Let's have a look at the #5 ranked tattoo of the day. Jason, congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Which team do you select?
I was a big Team Anthony fan, so I'm gonna have to go with Team Anthony.
Welcome, brother.
Let's have a look at the 6th ranked tattoo. Congratulations, Katie.
Thanks.
Do you do a lot of portraiture in your tattoos?
I do.
Might as well just come over here. Give these guys a run for their money, because that's what we're gonna do.
I do portraits, by the way. What do you think your weakness is?
Realism is my weakness.
I do 90% realism. I'm here to make you a winner.
I'm gonna go with Team Steve.
Go ahead and stand behind your coach.
It's a great tattoo. Hey.
Here's the 8th ranked tattoo. Congratulations, Garrett.
Didn't honestly expect to be in the top 9.
Happy to have you, man.
The 9th ranked tattoo of the day.
Yes.
Rolly, congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. The guys that didn't get me lost out for sure.
Happy to have you, bro.
Your first shot to make a team is happening right now. From strategy to specialty, these coaches rival each other in every way. Today, you must tattoo in one of the coaches' completely opposing specialties, black and gray or new school. The subject matter is entirely up to you.
Nice.
You'll have 6 hours to tattoo. Your canvases have been randomly assigned and are completely open. But one last thing. Make sure your tattoos require no explanation, because these tattoos will be judged blind.
Oh, man. This is gonna get ugly.
It's up to you to prove that you deserve a spot on a team. If you fail to knock us out, you will be eliminated.
Oh, no pressure.
Go get set up, and let's get this fight started. All right, guys, time for the blind critiques. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm excited. This guy's dreaming if he thinks he's gonna win.
I'm pretty sure you're delusional right now.
All right, should we get into this?
Let's do it.
Let's take a look at these tattoos.
This one's weak. It's got a really thin outline for something that's supposed to be new school and bold. The color looks like it's been sanded down.
Team clean all day.
It's like somebody hit him with a baseball bat.
Shots fired.
This is Eggmaster giving me a new asshole.
That's mine.
Outline looks very crisp. It's not tonal. It's a very slick tattoo.
All right.
Who wants this artist on their team?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that is so nice to hear.
Next tattoo.
Rough color application, really bad saturation here, not packed in.
Is that what new school means? Don't have to do nothing right.
Just shut
I love how black the blacks are and how much open skin there is in this thing.
I love that face.
And next up.
Hamza.
First glance, this is a pretty tattoo.
It's a mess, man.
Coaches, you better put your readers on.
There's lines that overlap. There's lines that don't touch.
It's pretty bad. That's mine.
The face on this tattoo is amazing.
Everything else is beat.
It's like a cover-up.
Brutal.
Next up.
Oh, boy.
Anywhere you look in solid fields of color, it's not solid.
Not something I'm gunning for. You can have him.
That's good news for me. That's the team I wanted to be on.
Next tattoo.
It's mine.
Wow. It looks like a dog with a beak.
It's a shoe bill.
Really tonal, really boring.
So are we saying dog bird, nobody's fighting for?
I'm not gonna take a black eye for it, but
You might get one.
That was brutal.
Let's move along.
I'm puking.
The idea of the origami in the head is cool.
I wish there was more contrast there.
I think this is definitely a coachable person.
For sure.
How are you gonna coach him? You can't even tattoo like that.
I'm pretty sure I do black and gray just as good as you.
Give me a break.
Anyone else's ass tight as mine is?
Here we go. Biggest flaw to me is his super monochromatic.
It's really hard to read from just first glance. There's a lot going on and kind of doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
That's fine.
Line work is solid. The black is punched in.
It looks suffocated.
Yeah, there's no flow.
Very confident, strong outline, just comes out looking really slick.
Let's take a look at that other tattoo.
Not the cleanest, smoothest tattoo ever.
The fact that this person did 2 tattoos means that they have a big ego, and that second tattoo should calm that ego right down.
I'd still be gunning for this person on my team.
Oh, 100%. Woo!
Well, that ego back a little bit, baby.
Let's have a look at the next tattoo.
That big black circle behind him makes no sense. This is so overworked. It's ironic that this is a boxer because this thing is beat.
That's what Christian's gonna look like after I get done beating him.
Next up.
These are tricky tattoos because to the naked eye, it's like, oh yeah, owl, cool. But then when you get up on it, it's messy.
I mean, the black is not solid at all.
Well, what is the point of that tire mark thing?
Bit off way too much.
And let's look at the next one.
The only part of this tattoo I'm gonna talk about is gonna be the snake head on the far left that's peeking up. The tongue is coming out of the center of the forehead of the snake. Ah, my work is done here.
Bye, JP.
All the technical application is spot on, and the drawing is phenomenal.
And that's
so,
huge.
Yeah, even though it's super monotone, I can't help but love it.
So you guys would both be gunning for this
I'd be,
artist?
yeah,
absolutely.
100%. I want this person on my team.
Suck it, guys.
All right, let's get into the next tattoo.
It has some smooth shading here and there, but the rose definitely looks like a totally different person did it. The black and gray guy did
It looks
the
like
hand.
you did the rose, and
Get
like
the outta
somebody
here.
that knew what they were doing did the hand. Is that
Talking
what
out
happened?
your ass. Talking out your ass.
And let's look at the next one.
Party shark.
It's simple, super well executed, clearly at the top of the pack.
It definitely is a standout.
Thank you.
It's confusing. If you look at the molars on the right, if you follow where the top teeth go, that would just be an impossibility.
First glance, I really like the goofiness of this tattoo. Then once you get on it, man, the blue is a little...
Jacked is what the blue is. It's got a really smooth, soft, delicate look.
The shading is dead nuts, point on.
This competitor is way out of Clean's league and needs a legitimate coach.
Christian is definitely off
You
this
couldn't
rocker.
do this tattoo.
Why, for any reason, do you think that I can't do black and gray? I've proven it
I've watched you
over
do
and
it.
over and
No,
over again.
Great.
All right, here we go. I'm the only one left.
This is really rough, man.
They're showing us nowhere that they can put in large areas of black. A lot of line work problems.
This quality won't last in here.
I will absolutely fight for this artist to be on Clean's team.
I will definitely fight Christian if I get this person on my team.
You made me nervous at first, you.
You talked a really big game. I was expecting a lot more.
There's definitely a basket full of contenders.
All of us here are not on the same playing field. You, for instance, you're confident about what you do. You kill it.
Here to win 100 G's, straight up.
How's that target feel now?
We're all gunning for you.
Today, you had to tattoo an either clean or Christian specialty to earn a spot on one of the teams. Based only on your tattoos, each of you has been ranked by the judges and coaches.
I'm going on the team for sure.
If you made it into the top 14, the power is in your hands because you will get to choose which team you want to be on.
There we go.
Coaches, what makes you a great coach for some of these artists?
I take this very seriously. Strategy is a huge part of this competition. I'm brutally honest, but I'm also super loyal, and I'll stand behind you 110%.
I work well under pressure. I've proven over and over again that I can do every single style that's thrown at me. And I feel I'm a great leader.
All right, if your tattoo appears on the screen, please step forward. Let's bring up the #1 ranked tattoo. Congratulations, Angel. Which team do you pick?
The team that I pick is Christian.
All right, go ahead and stand by your coach.
Awesome.
Let's bring up the 2nd ranked tattoo.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Tiffer.
Honestly, your application is probably one of the best of the day.
What you need, both of us really can offer. So we've already got #1 draft pick. Let's turn it into a winning team right off the bat.
My gut is telling me team clean.
Go ahead and stand behind your coach.
Bad choice, bro.
Oh, see, here he goes. Always running his mouth.
Let's bring up the 3rd ranked tattoo.
There we go. All right, move aside, guys.
Congratulations, Chris.
I'm gonna go with Christian.
Yes.
All right, step over with your coach.
Hell yeah.
Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo. Congratulations, Tony. Which team do you pick?
I ride for the underdog, and right now it's 2 versus 1, so I'm going to clean.
Go ahead and stand behind your coach.
We got a battle going.
Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo. Congratulations, Tiara.
Thank you.
There is a strategy to this competition. I can clearly help you with that.
Christian has all kinds of little strategies to throw everybody under the bus. I've always relied on just doing good, solid quality tattooing.
I'm going to go with clean.
Awesome.
So let's push it.
I only did 250 today.
Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo.
Gentlemen, I think I've heard all I had to hear. I'm gonna go with Team Clean.
That looks very serious. This is serious competition, bro.
Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo.
That's me.
Congratulations, Jamie. Which team do you choose?
Team Clean. I think I could learn a lot from you doing those styles I'm not versed in.
Go ahead and stand by your coach. Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo. Oba, do you have any questions for the coaches?
I was super nervous. What do you think that you could do for me?
Listen, I'm a small town tattooer from Idaho. This guy's been a huge name for 25 years. I know the situation you're in. I'd love to have you back here.
I'm gonna go with Christian.
Go ahead and stand by your coach.
Welcome aboard.
Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo. Jess.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I need someone who's going to push me. I'm going to have to go ahead and go with Team Christian.
Go ahead and step with your team.
You're looking pretty solid now.
Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo. Turk, which team do you choose?
Clean. I've been in this game 20 years, man. I've been following you ever since. I'm going Team Clean. I have nothing else to say about that.
All right, man, go stand with your team. Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo.
Thank God.
Gonzo, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Is it safe to say both you guys want Gonzo on your team?
Yeah, 100%.
I would say I have no problem.
I'm super familiar with your work. I know when to leave you alone and when to step in and say, hey, man, maybe try this.
I'm gonna go Team Christian.
Awesome.
There are only 3 more spots in the top 14 left. Let's bring up the next ranked tattoo. Power's in your hands, Tim.
Man, I think I want to go with Christian.
Congratulations, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Let's see the next ranked tattoo.
What's up, fellas?
Are you mainly a black and gray guy?
I just do black and gray because I just want to do black and gray.
I've actually been a fan of your work for a while. We have a super strong black and gray team back here. I would love to smoke the competition.
I'm gonna choose Christian.
Go join your team.
Man, that's a hard loss.
We got this, we got this.
All right, guys, this is the last tattoo in the top 14. Amanda, you just made it. How you feeling right now?
Relieved. Team Christian.
Please join your team.
Girl. Hell yeah.
Congratulations to the top 14.
Ready to kick some ass.
To earn the title of Ink Master, artistry is your greatest weapon.
Artistry to me is the ability to take a concept that's in your mind and put it down onto paper. It's essentially an artist's fingerprint. It's what makes you unique.
And because art has no gender, your art must speak for itself.
I'm cool with that.
So today, your tattoos will be judged blind. Yeah.
I do big, tough tattoos, so I'm pretty excited to see if they know what gender did the tattoo.
You'll have 6 hours to tattoo any subject in any style.
So no excuses.
I am freaking the out. What do I even do? Because I don't have a style. I'm still super early in my career. So now I feel like I'm
Do the best work you can. Make it that a great tattoo goes home because somebody creatively outthought the other. Show that you're a craftsman.
Y'all ready for this?
Oh, God. All right, guys, today we're testing artistry and we're judging blind.
That's my favorite part of this whole thing. You don't know who did what, and this is completely as brutally honest as can be.
Hope y'all ready for a long-distance ass kicking.
Let's take a look at the first tattoo.
Oh, that's me.
The precision in which that face is put in is really nice.
The layout of it's nice, the little ornaments in the hair are nice, very clean outline, really clean application, pretty nicely parallel straight lines.
In terms of artistry, whoever this is did a really nice job.
Yay, Senpai noticed me.
You guys want to take a stab at who maybe did this one?
Based on cleanliness of lines, Killer Cam.
Oh, interesting. All right, let's take a look at the next tattoo.
This is a really well-executed tattoo. A lot of uses of different techniques to create the effect and look of feathers, even without doing each individual feather. I am anxious to find out who did this.
It's kind of a mystery. It's cool. And let's look at the next one.
I like a lot of things about this tattoo. The rich black is in there, and I also like the detail in the stripes throughout the face where you can see the fur texture coming in and out of the stripes.
But the bridge of the nose, the shadow that comes out, it doesn't really turn into the muzzle, so it takes the whole bridge of the nose and stretches the skin across the face and pins it down. It has a very rubber, plastic look.
They said that I put black in, so that's good.
All right, let's move on to the next tattoo. Wow.
That was a bad wow.
That's cool.
Oh! Yes! Okay.
The line work here is great. Nice color palette with the purple, pink, and the blue.
Great illustration at the drawing table and a strong finish.
I think this is one of our girls based on the color palette.
There are girly colors.
Maybe Holly?
Maybe this is Creepy Jason.
I don't think so.
Let's check out the next one.
It's a little bit hard to read because the snake is intertwined with the details of the feathers and the details of the tongue.
It's a little orange.
Leave the eye white.
It's the Oompa Loompa of traditional owls.
Oh my God.
And the next tattoo.
The illustration is great.
It's pretty packed
But
full
man,
of color.
it's not solid.
And it's muddy.
Look at the top of this ice cream. That line work in there is not really smooth.
You.
The blue streaky highlight line is scratchy and not in solid.
I love how weird it is. The idea is a winning idea. They just missed the mark in their application. It just gets away.
Well, apparently I can't tattoo.
Next tattoo. Wow.
Oh, here we go.
What's really cool in terms of artistry is like this captured your energy without putting your face on there.
That thing's killer.
Everywhere you look is super crisp. All the shading looks deliberate. The highlights look deliberate.
The little point of that toothpick is super sharp. Everywhere is so clean.
You think that's Creepy Jason?
Yep.
I can't imagine anyone else's mind coming up with this. Next tattoo.
Oh boy.
I love the imagery. As far as the application goes, there are a lot of problems here.
This red looks so scratchy because everywhere you look, you see this scratchy black underneath it. If that was solid black and then faded out and then the red just went right to it, it would look a lot stronger.
I jump into something too big and too colorful.
Next up.
It's super slick. I like the way the leaves are done. Very illustrative, yet nice, solid technician. That shading in those folds, that super nice little slow.
Beautiful, man.
Hell yeah.
This is a Fawn product.
You think this is the Fawn one?
That's something I've only seen out of his booth.
Good job, Ashley.
Let's check out the next one.
It's a pretty face. The nose is shaded really nice. What I'm missing here is the whole tattoo looks silver. The contrast is where we're having the problem.
Let's see the next one.
The outline, super clean.
Shading in the bottom lip looks really nice, but the leaves just don't keep up. The anatomy of the leaf could be a lot cooler. They get flat and stale.
At a certain point, you guys just gotta like decide like this is a cool one.
I hope you get to be like, yo, bitches, that was mine. And then Chris will be like, that's why the stem didn't look right.
Next tattoo, please.
Finally.
One of the things I love the most is the front teeth, how they very gradually become less and less transparent as you get closer to the mouth.
There is some nice shading in it, but that top bold line that goes across up there looks a little bit shaky.
I know whose shading this looks like.
If you say Fawn, I'm gonna flip out.
I'm not.
Okay, good.
Ashley's black and gray looks like this black and gray.
Good job, Ashley.
And the next tattoo. Whoever this is definitely went out of their way to show us some serious artistry.
I love the nose on this thing. The nose is shaded.
And the mouth.
So nice.
And if you're gonna put white in the tattoo, this is how to do it. Each one of those little white dots is solid and clean. Whoever did this, this is their best tattoo so far.
Let's take a look at the last tattoo. The center of this thing looks beautiful and rich. We can only assume this is not finished.
I'm looking at the exterior. Why damage the skin with some scratchy little green line so that you can just come back and damage the skin more? There's a good chance that this client said, man, you're killing me. I can't sit here any longer because you've been scribbling on me for 5 hours and I can't take 1 more hour.
I don't know what to say. It's unfinished tattoo. If it will be finished, I think they would say something totally different.
Today you're being judged on your artistry with a blind critique. Based only on your work, each of your tattoos have been ranked by the judges. It's time to reveal the highest ranked tattoo.
Here we go.
Nice.
On.
That's pretty cool.
Guys think I just do wonky traditional and stuff like that? So I wanted to show you I could do more than just that.
If you present us with things that we don't expect you guys to do, it makes for a standout tattoo. I haven't seen a million eyeballs riding a motorcycle So immediately for me, I'm like, damn, that's awesome.
Congratulations, Pawn. You have the best tattoo of the day.
Appreciate it.
And that means you're safe from elimination this week. All right, let's find out in random order who did the rest of the tattoos.
You think we got any right? I think we got some right.
Ta-da! There he is.
There he is.
The color palette on this, I thought one of the ladies did it.
It's a color palette I generally use for tattoos on women.
Well, hey.
Laura.
Wow. Some of the best line work of the day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, next tattoo. Who did this rose? Really? Wow. Ashley.
Y'all are mean.
How is that mean? We're happy for you. Jake, nice work, buddy.
I wanted to do something realistic, but have the fundamentals of stuff that you guys like.
Cam.
Damn, son.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Next tattoo. Holly.
You said it looked too manly for a girl to do it.
Strong tattoo.
Thank you.
All right, let's have a look at the next one. Yes. Janelle.
You have this beautiful centerpiece. Go the extra mile and draw those leaves so they have more dynamics to them. Then you push this thing even higher.
All right, thank you.
All right, next one, please. Ash.
Big tattoo, lots of detail, very legible.
This is the nicest thing we've seen from you. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Alexis.
You have to loosen up and don't pack this thing wall to wall.
I thought I got out of my head for this, but I...
Head up.
All right, let's move along.
That's mine.
Tito.
I was trying to impress with a different style.
You have a lot of great color theory in this, but some of your lightest tones of colors could have definitely left some open skin instead of just wall to wall.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Fawn.
The one time you didn't guess fawn.
Danny.
Sorry.
We didn't guess that, did we?
What happened in this one?
I thought I put the black in enough, but the swelling went down, and then I noticed it. That's why the eye is black, because I went back into the eye.
The eye, that's the immediate, like, doop, and then you're like, where's the rest?
Right.
Last tattoo, let's take a look. Okay, Pony.
The problem was my canvas cannot handle the paint.
If you weren't tattooing over areas that you already pre-tattooed in, it might not have hurt her so long and might have been able to finish the tattoo.
Those lines, it's just fast lines which help me to keep the picture on the skin. That's how I do the photorealism.
Pony, you have a lot of talent. If you have to do a tattoo that big, but you outline it, shade it, and color it, and finish it, do it. You guys really surprised me. People that I thought did things didn't. There's big turns, big shakeups, and honestly, from our standpoint, we're looking for people to come from nowhere, like gangbusters, and just turn on and ride and start steamrolling. I'm not joking when I say that I'm rooting for each and every one of you in my own way. Like, I want to see everybody do great.
The style battles are set, but there is one more thing that you should know.
There's always one more thing.
Your tattoos must speak for themselves because today, all of your tattoos will be judged blind.
It's gonna be a fun one. True battle. That's big.
You fought hard to get to this point, but the battle is far from over.
You ready for it? Go, man.
To earn your spot in the finale, you must first survive a tattoo marathon.
I have never done a tattoo marathon before. I mean, I've run a 10K. Didn't do very well. So hopefully that's not a metaphor for what's about to happen.
Each of you will create one design for the marathon. What? The subject and style are completely up to you. Then, all of you must tattoo your design and the 3 other designs created by your competitors, creating 4 head-to-head comparisons. You have 90 minutes to tattoo each design, one after another, on the same canvas.
90 minutes, you're never gonna do anything badass. It's always gonna be just simple.
But there is one more thing you should know. Since art is blind and has no gender, your art must speak for itself. Because today, all of your tattoos will be judged blind.
Damn, I didn't see that coming.
This really sucks, because I'm either gonna do really good that they're gonna think it's me, or I'm gonna do really bad that they're not gonna think it's me. Or they'll think it's me, and then I'm gonna think that they think I'm bad.
Today, the artist had to survive a tattoo marathon.
This is the most nervous I think I've been so far.
The time limit, man.
Today just shows what you can do under the most pressure in the least amount of time.
Not great.
We're gonna judge these things blind. Let's see how they did.
I feel like I'm about to throw up.
First up is Danny's illustrative black and gray design. Very simple. You got circles, you got lines. Let's take a look at the first tattoo.
That's mine.
There's problems on this thing. It's not a perfect circle at the top. The exterior line goes flat.
The soft shading looks really nice, but the solid black areas don't look super solid.
I'm willing to say that I don't think Danny tattooed this.
This is technically the most difficult one to pull off.
Let's look at the next one.
Oh, it's mine.
I like the way the top of the key shaded,
And the areas that are circles appear more circular.
but the way they leave the pupil of the eye white, very strange.
It was an artistic choice.
Let's move on to the third tattoo.
That's mine.
Way smoother. I think this is Danny's.
We'll see.
Let's move on to the fourth one.
This perfect hollow round negative space all the way around the circle of the key doesn't give any dimension.
It's just a bunch of light gray that doesn't get super smooth.
Ooh.
Let's look at all four of the same tattoo together.
Number 3 is the best one, I would say.
Yeah, number 3.
Now I'm ready to be the bottom of all the rest.
If you're gonna win any of them, it's best to win on your own.
Yeah, I think so too.
Next up is Jason's new school design.
It leaves a lot open to see what people do
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
you
know
can
what I
tattoo
mean?
this a bunch of different ways.
Let's get into the first tattoo.
Oh, that's mine.
I mean, good application, but if you're gonna hit new school, you can't just have green and light green. You gotta have a contrasting color.
Because I had plenty of time to do that.
Let's move on to the second tattoo.
Oh, it's mine.
What happened to this one? This thing just looks dirty.
Why does that yellow stop and go to open skin in the mouth when the eyes are solid green inside?
I didn't have enough time.
Moving along.
That one's mine.
From a distance, the color glow looks cool, but that mouth, not clean saturation at all.
Do you think this is a time issue? Like they spent all their time trying to outline these things and then couldn't finish the color?
Talk about dropping the ball on that one, Jason.
Let's look at the fourth one. Let's see if there's a redeeming one in here.
Good luck, dude.
Here we go.
The outline on this one is rough everywhere in the teeth. The mouth of this thing got away from everybody.
That's crazy.
Nothing connects anywhere.
That's a lot of work to do in that amount of time.
Sorry, everybody.
Let's take a look at all four of these tattoos together.
Tattoo number 1's looking better all of a
That
sudden.
thing looks amazing right now. 2, 3, and 4, to me, they're all in the same boat. This whole round right here are not good.
Damn, my design everybody up.
Let's take a look at Laura's new school design.
Definitely leaves some interpretation to be done with this line drawing, for sure.
Let's take a look at the first tattoo.
Oh, that's mine.
If you look at the outlines on the tips of the mohawk, look at the points, look at the wobbly lines.
Somebody was in a hurry.
You think?
Let's look at the next one.
Oh, that's mine.
Everything has a nice balance between the green, the magenta, the purple. I like the light source on the brow. This is a well-executed
Night and
tattoo.
day from what we just saw.
Third tattoo.
There's a lot of line discrepancies in this big, bold outline on the mohawk. There's not really a lot of saturated black inside the divots or the darker areas on the side of the skull. The blue's not really standing out properly.
I still like my tattoo.
Let's move on to the fourth tattoo.
There's a lot of problems connecting the tips of all of the points to the mohawk. This mohawk detail on this thing is killing everybody. They need to paint the mohawk one solid color instead of trying to do fades and do all this stuff. It eats the clock.
Let's look at all four of the same tattoos.
Number 1 is the bottom.
Number 2 for me, all around, is the top.
You won over my design again.
Next up is Jake's color neo-traditional design. Lucky dragon's foot, Chris.
I like the posture of the claws.
Let's look at the first tattoo.
Simple color palette is nice. The line work looks smooth. Make it clean and simple. I think that's a smart move. Overall, pretty sharp.
Let's move on to the second tattoo.
Oh, that's mine.
I don't like this one too much. It gets a little muddy. There's also a lot of outline problems on this thing.
Opted to not put in those rope lines.
It would have helped because the unparalleled lines stand out like a sore thumb.
Let's take a look at the third one.
Here we go.
It's a smart color plate to have a contrasting color from the top to the bottom, and then a different color for the rope to intertwine so nothing gets lost.
It is more legible than the one we just saw.
Let's look at the fourth one.
In that fitting where the claw's going into, that black with that yellow pounded over it with then that white looks messy. That does not look clean. That isn't doing anybody any favors here.
Jason does not feel good right now.
Let's compare all 4 of these.
Well, the ones with the right color palette look the strongest, like number 1.
I'm gonna say that Jake did the first one, just because...
That's the one that looks like the person that knew what they were doing?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Every single critique went different than I thought was going to happen.
I'm not surprised at all. I knew that those tattoos were going to be hard to do in that amount of time, and I knew the tattoos I did were not great.
Hopefully I'm in the middle of the road, not at the bottom.
This week, you had to survive a tattoo marathon. While each of you had high points in the marathon, all of you also had low points. However, in this competition, you must always be at the top of your game. Based on your work in the tattoo marathon, no one is safe.
This is gonna be interesting.
Art is the equalizer in this because you guys are a dead heat. There's no one person in the room that's like, boom, yeah, they locked it in. At this point, everybody needs to excel to prove who is actually gonna earn the spot.
Here.
All right, coaches, it is time to start the Clash of the Coaches face-off. You have 6 hours to tattoo, and your time starts now.
Ow!
Count it.
So nice.
All right, here we go. Just a bunch of heavy competition. It's kind of like a battle of the titans.
I love the fact that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something that's very, very unique.
My head said flowers and gemstones, and my heart said gangster tiger.
Woo! You're halfway to go, girl. We got a little bit of web shading to go over here.
I just wanted to make it to the finale and tattoo against the best that there is.
I mean, you're not tattooing against the best there is, because I'm standing here behind you, not working.
Sucks to suck. I don't know what to tell you.
Who do you feel is your biggest competition right now?
I mean, I'm always worried about DJ, of course.
This tattoo is huge. It's a risk, and if you can pull it off, it's gonna be worth it.
Taking risks in competitions is #1.
Hell yeah.
Are you familiar with the feeling of a clock bearing down on you every single second that goes by?
We're in a bad place, girl. You're down to 1 hour, and that's a lot of work left.
Yeah, bad place is you right next to me. Get the hell out of here. I'm busy.
There they come. It's about time you guys came down here.
You ain't lying, man. I'm ready.
All right, as you know, the coaches had to tattoo either black and gray, surrealistic, new school, or neo-traditional. $25,000 is on the line, and we have no idea who tattooed what, because we are judging these tattoos blind. You guys ready? Send in the first canvas, please.
This is exciting.
I like this. All right, let's see the tattoo. Wow.
Man, this is a big tattoo. They played with a lot of contrast.
Killer drawing, man. Lots of tiny little detail and also a lot of dark black, but the whole image is very legible because of the contrast and a lot of open skin. Tattooed really smooth.
All right, thank you very much. All right, guys, put in your rankings right now. All right, guys, here we go. Let's take a look at this tattoo. Now that's nice.
The way these multiple images are intertwined and all the details show through, the face, beautifully illustrated, and then the swan just appearing out of it and all the filigree swirls and the solid background color. It's really rich, it's really vibrant, and the detail just in the black and gray contrast against the background color really hits it.
That is definitely true. Thank you very much. All right, guys, rank the surrealistic tattoo. All right, canvas number 3. Let's have a look.
These are all really good.
That is beautiful.
To see a strong new school tattoo done in black and gray with a lot of contrast, it really stands out. Everything's legible. It's a killer illustration.
I like it.
Smooth black and gray tattoo, so it definitely hits the challenge what it's supposed to be.
Thank you. All right, let's take a look at the next canvas. I love this vintage look, especially in a tattoo that's done really strong and powerful like this.
Overall, the composition of this is really fun. It's playful. It's got a 50s sexy kind of look to it.
Want to take a guess?
I don't know, man. Nobody's really pulled this off in front of us, so it's hard to say who might have done this.
Interesting. Thank you very much.
Everybody's killing it.
All right, let's take a look at the next canvas. Here she comes. And let's have a look at this tattoo.
This one stands out pretty strong, too. It's a fun, playful design.
You have some tricks in here where you have layers of green leaves and then the lighter color fading the back, and a little bit of background color around the front of the tiger that also plays on that same color tone. It's very smart color play here.
All right, thank you. This is our second to last canvas. Let's take a look at your tattoo.
Oh my God.
Man, what a great take on surrealism here. Just really playing with the in and out of focus of the different areas, different layers that really show depth. It doesn't even look like it's flat on the skin.
No, it doesn't. Those blacks are so saturated to create that depth and that dimension.
It's got a really cool graphic look to it. To go for this and to know that you're up against the clock, there's a strong air of confidence in there.
Cray cray.
Okay, well, canvas, thank you. And finally, send in the last canvas. And let's have a look. Wow. Compositionally, to have all that heaviness surrounding this figure and then to bring that soft, powdery shading in the face is really beautiful because that thing stands out.
And what's beautiful is the jawline. You see that nice strong area around the jaw, you get the nice light off the bottom. All of the shading on the darker side of the face stands strong, but what's great here is the commingling of the hair with the garment, and then these light little touches of leaves. Everything has a nice balance.
Thank you. The judges have ranked your tattoos and the scores have been tallied. The coach with the highest ranking tattoo will walk away with $25,000. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right, if your tattoo appears on the screen, please step forward. Let's reveal the 7th ranked tattoo.
It's mine.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm shocked.
I mean, I'm tattooing with some of the best tattooers that I know, and every tattoo I saw was really good.
That thing's rad, Megan.
This is a great tattoo. You didn't lose in my book.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love this tattoo, Megan. Thank you. Please have a seat.
Okay.
All right, it is time to reveal the 6th ranked tattoo.
This is a shocker. I really like this tattoo a lot. I think you did killer.
That black and gray is nice.
Technical skills, I know I got it.
You do. Thank you, Jimmy. Please have a seat. And now, the 5th ranked tattoo.
I'm so scared. Just like high school, getting raped.
Oh.
I think on any other day, these would all be winning tattoos. It's awesome to see you come out and do this. I did not have this pegged for you.
That's what I was going for.
Great job, Duffy. Thank you so
guys.
much. Time to reveal the 4th ranked tattoo.
This is like the most tense thing ever.
Wow.
Oh!
This is definitely an impressive tattoo from you, and I know that you've been spreading your wings a bunch. You really took a swing at it, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Kick ass.
It's awesome.
Thank you. Have a seat. All right, please reveal the 3rd ranked tattoo.
Oh, man.
I don't like this.
Damn!
Nikki, it's a beautiful tattoo. Simple as that, it is a beautiful tattoo.
Thanks, Nikki. Please have a seat.
Good job, Nick.
It is down to 2 Ink Masters. This is insane. 2 Ink Masters battling it out for $25,000. One of you is about to win the Clash of the Coaches face-off. And it is time to reveal the top-ranked tattoo. Whoever's tattoo pops up on that screen wins $25,000. Please reveal the highest-ranked tattoo.
You got it. You got it.
Get out of here.
Whoa!
That means you are the winner of the Clash of the Coaches Face-Off and $25,000.
DJ, this tattoo is badass, man.
Thanks, dude. Congratulations, Ryan. Please have a seat. Thank you so much. Today, you must each tattoo whatever state it is that you call home.
This is gonna be rough. I hate state tattoos.
Now, your tattoos must include the shape of your state, but everything else is completely up to you.
I hope no one has Maryland.
Maryland? It's a crazy shaped state. This competition is killing me already.
You'll have 6 hours, and you can tattoo in any style.
Get ready.
Your canvases are completely open and have been randomly assigned. There is one more thing you should know.
Yeah, always something.
No matter where you came from, your tattoos must speak for themselves because these tattoos will be judged blind.
It's great that it's blind critiques. I mean, there are 4 returning artists, and this way it shows the rest of the room that there's no playing favorites. It shows you how brutally honest that this competition can be.
Fail to impress us and you will be eliminated.
Not me.
Good luck. Time for the blind critiques. These guys had to tattoo their states. Let's bring up the first tattoo. California.
Oh, that's mine.
Instantly recognizable.
Just the way the palm tree close to us is a black silhouette, and then the palm trees going off in the distance get lighter. That's a hard trick to pull off.
This artist shows a lot of promise for what's to come.
Cool. Killed it.
Let's bring up the next one.
Oh, it's mine.
I don't recognize the state, do you?
Nobody knows what Oregon looks like.
Oregon.
It could be Oregon.
This is a really great design. The wood grain and the textures really speaks to the artist's ability.
Cool.
Next up.
Oh, shit.
California.
It's very legible, big, bold outline, but if you zoom in to the bridge,
yeah.
Yowza. It's not the definition of tight and clean detail at all.
Let's look at the next one. Nevada.
Oh, shit, here we go. The actual quality of tattooing in this thing is nice.
That highlight down the center of the closest cone to us is done with meticulous care.
It's gorgeous.
I appreciate it.
Next tattoo. Another black and gray.
All right, California.
It's mine.
The drawing is not bad, but the technical application is really one of the worst ones of the day.
Right at the right side of that palm tree, there is a big blue blowout.
I strongly disagree with all of that.
You can disagree all you want, but fact of the matter is they're telling you how to win.
Let's have a look at the next one.
That's me.
Oklahoma is okay.
I think it's really beautifully laid out.
The black is as dark as the outline, so it looks super clean.
Let's have a look at the next tattoo.
Idaho.
Oh my God, that's mine.
The pancake itself.
It's a potato, bro.
Potato.
It's a potato?
Oh,
Idaho's not really known for pancakes.
yes, it's a potato.
I literally thought that was a pancake.
Me.
I really like the rich black in this tattoo. What I don't like is all the white.
I mean, I advised her not to do it.
Let's bring up the next tattoo.
All right, here we go.
I would never guess that that was even supposed to be a state.
I would say Colorado, but it's very difficult to tell.
That was brutal, man.
Yeah, it was rough.
Let's take a look at the next tattoo. Way more recognizable as Colorado.
Looks very smooth, and I like the black and gray shading, but the actual details in the mountain, I don't get the idea of this big, huge mountain range. I just get a couple little small hills here.
Those do not look like mountains. That is a freaking ocean scene.
What are you talking about? I don't see a sky in there.
No. Let's have a look at the next one.
Deep
So it's a deep dish in Illinois.
The sauce looks like it could be a garment. The oozing cheese, it's just yellow drips. You gotta make things look like what they are.
Let's bring up the next one. North Carolina.
Here we are. This one has a lot of really chalky look to it because none of the color's saturated. In a competition setting, none of this tattooing is gonna cut it.
Damn. Moving along.
Here we go.
Louisiana.
They made everything in the tattoo out of 4 colors, so it's strange.
That shape of the state gets lost.
Moving on. Texas.
I think those are supposed to be blue bonnets, but kind of looks more like cauliflower or something. And it's weird because the star would be white.
It's not the worst in the room.
Next tattoo.
Florida.
Okay, here we go.
Definitely have no clue what's going on with the little thing down at the bottom.
I'll be addressing the Cuban section of the tattoo, thank you. That's a little Cuban coffee in the bottom, but the outline around the cup is so wobbly. The simplest parts of the tattoo are the parts that really need to be hit home.
I mean, long as Chris said it was a Cuban coffee, you knew it right off the bat. So I'll take that.
Let's take a look at the next tattoo.
Well, there's some of the shape of Texas.
Wild take on anatomy of the rose, and this one petal that's over the top of the state overtakes the shape of the state.
And man, that little haze color that's not solid to the outline, I think the name of that color is light bruised.
Damn. That hurt.
That's not what I thought you were gonna do first
I
time.
did simple.
Moving along.
Oh, here we go.
Is there a shape of a state in there?
It's Massachusetts.
Oh, Mass.
I do see it now.
Design-wise, a little weird.
But the black that's in the sails, it's solid, it whips out, it's all consistent. Best done black that we've seen today for black.
That tattoo kind of makes me a little nervous about traditional day.
We'll see if we get one.
And next tattoo.
Oh, that's the Garden State right there.
That's right.
The black outline is black. It is deliberate. I like the fade on the bottom of the tomatoes. how they
Solid
whip
black
out.
to solid color.
Super nice.
Good job.
Thank you.
Next, the blue crab of Maryland.
There we go. It's mine.
This one has a lot of problems. You have color that overruns the black outline, and then you have the outline where the black doesn't push up to the outline.
All these shades grinded on top of each other, blending brown and blue and green, and just overwork the death out of it.
It looks like a crab got run over by a tire.
I need you to chill. Where are you from again? The West? Come on, son.
We are from the West.
Wait
Wait a minute.
And don't bring the West into this.
Well,
We do good tattoos over here.
That's the South.
Next up, Massachusetts.
Color blending is really rough. Nothing looks saturated, a lot of outline problems.
I'm gonna say that this goes beyond jitters.
At least that's out of the way.
Let's look at the next one. New York, Lady Liberty. I like the concept, and obviously I like how this fills the space.
The outlines just look like they were done in a bumpy car.
Jacked.
You know what makes me really happy about this tattoo? That lets me know now that you are no competitor in this competition.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, this is the first round.
It is the first round. If it was a draft pick, his ass would get left at home.
Well, that's it. 20 tattoos. Let's rank these things and see where the chips fall.
All right.
Jason, you talk a lot of shit.
I said from the beginning that I was gonna
way too much
do
shit.
a mid tattoo, and that's exactly what I did.
Why the are you gonna come in here and do a mid tattoo though?
You play the game the way you want to play the game. I'll play the game the way I want to play the game.
You're a sneaky mo.
One by one, the top 12 artists will be revealed.
Okay.
If you made it into the top 12, you are safe from elimination.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I'm so nervous.
Let's reveal the #1 ranked tattoo. Angel, congratulations.
Thank you.
Way to come back and just own it.
Thank you.
Angel, please go ahead and have a seat. Let's bring up the 2nd ranked tattoo. From the Midwest, Frank.
I'm glad to see you sitting in 2nd spot.
I'm stoked on it, man.
Please have a seat. Let's have a look at the 3rd ranked tattoo.
Yeah, Jessa.
All right, win for the East. Please have a seat next to Frank. Let's move on to the #4 ranked tattoo.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
All right, Hiram, Las Vegas, Nevada. You are safe.
Thank you very much.
Let's bring up the #5 ranked tattoo.
Hell yeah.
Bob.
Bob, congratulations, West Coaster. The 6th ranked tattoo.
Yeah.
Jimmy, congratulations. Please have a seat. Let's bring up the 7th ranked tattoo.
Wow.
Jordan, congratulations. The Midwest once again. Let's move on to the 8th ranked tattoo.
This side.
Raul, California. Congratulations. Please have a seat. Let's see the 9th ranked tattoo. Jordy, great state of Florida. Congratulations. You're saved from elimination. Let's see who came in with the 10th ranked tattoo. Colorado. Jarrell, congratulations. Please have a seat. Let's take a look at the 11th ranked tattoo. From the Midwest, Kelly, congratulations. All right, we have 11 artists sitting comfortably and safe. We have 8 artists standing before us. 1 spot remains for safety. Let's bring up the 12th ranked tattoo.
Shit.
just squeaks by. Money Mike.
My heart beating fast as hell, man. I'm just happy to be down here.
Congratulations, please have a seat. And that means that all 12 spots for safety are full. And this week, there are no teams.
What?
It's every artist for themselves.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wow.
Finally, I can act as an individual and just worry about me for once.
And not only that, we are heading straight into the elimination tattoo.
Brutal.
This week, we are testing technical application.
Back to the basics.
Yeah?
It's just another day for us. We can do this.
If you don't have good technical application, then you'll be doing sloppy tattoos. Plain and simple. If you can't make a clean line, if you can't do full saturation, your shit's gonna look bad.
No blowout spot. No more scratchy white.
Today, you must prove your strength by facing off against another artist in a head-to-head style battle, regardless of region.
Damn.
I don't want to face off against you guys.
There are 10 artists remaining, and there will be 5 different head-to-head face-offs, each in a completely different style.
Okay.
Fine line black and gray.
Okay, you guys.
American traditional.
And Jimmy will be doing traditional.
Japanese. Biomech.
I'm the biomech guy. I specialize in that shit. I don't think anybody in this room can compete with me in biomech.
And tribal.
Damn.
Really?
No.
Win your style battle, and you will continue to fight another week. Lose, and you will be up for elimination.
It's half the room.
5 people in the bottom?
That's intense, man.
The style battles are set. You'll have 6 hours to tattoo. Your canvases are open and have been randomly assigned. But there is one more thing that you should know.
There's always one more thing.
Your tattoos must speak for themselves because today, all of your tattoos will be judged blind.
It's gonna be a fun one.
True battle.
That's big.
Fail to win your head-to-head face-off, and you will be up for elimination.
Good luck.
All right, today the artists are facing off in a head-to-head style battle, and we're judging these things blind.
I know I'm in trouble, but that's obvious.
Let's see how they did. Let's take a look at the tribal face-off. Bring up the first tattoo.
That's me.
I think the design has a cool flow to it. It's bold. I like the shapes and the details that are in it. I like the imagery of the sun and the moon.
But it's a little basic for this competition. I would expect next level tribal.
I agree with Dave. I think it's entry-level tattooing.
Let's take a look at the second tattoo.
That's fine.
A lot of it's not solid. You can see the directional shading. If you look at any of the long, skinny lines, they just get thin and thick, thin and thick, thin and thick, instead of being this continuously smooth line.
I think it's safe to say both Jason and I do not do next level tribal.
Now let's move on to the American traditional style battle.
Oh, boy.
All right, here we go.
This is Jimmy Snass. Jimmy's black shading, how he whips out, is definitely in this tattoo.
I don't mean any offense to anybody, but I don't know if this is Jimmy. The red all the way around the exterior petals is completely holidayed. If this is Jimmy, something's up.
It can be nerve-wracking doing your own style.
Moving on to the second tattoo.
That was mine.
It is a style battle, and this drawing is the staple. The little white highlights on the edge of the green leaves, nice. Edge of the flower that's white with the red faded out, nice. But anywhere in this tattoo, the black is not as dark as the outline.
Might have got me, Hiram. We'll see.
And now the Japanese face-off.
That's mine.
Very stylized take on a Hanya. The red in the chin is really solid, but then up in the forehead, the red is just going in every direction.
It's a lot of messy application.
Damn.
The second tattoo.
There's my little monster.
This thing is 100%, without a doubt, upside down.
That's insane.
It needs to be drawn to going up. You can't just take a fish and turn it upside down.
The butterfly wings for fins are very strange. Technically, it's applied well, but I just dislike the look of this tattoo immensely.
But I didn't match your technical application.
Or arguably, looking upside down is just a huge technical error.
Yeah, man.
All right, fine line black and gray face-off.
That's mine.
It's very strange. It's very piecemeal. There is some smooth shading. I like the deep set black, but the hair is very, very messy. There's this fine line kind of outlining in there, and then everything's just messy.
Let's take a look at the second fine line black and gray.
I like the drawing. The woman is beautiful, but as far as hitting a fine line challenge, this didn't really work out.
This line that's around these broken pieces doesn't look like a fine line at all. On the edge of the tiger's face, there's no fine line work visible.
Damn. That's like probably my favorite tattoo I've done since I've been here.
Let's have a look at the biomech face-off.
That one's mine.
This has a very strong bio look to it. There's some really nice solid color in this.
It's missing a major component.
Black.
Heavy black. It's just so washed out and pale.
I had 6 hours to do a biomech tattoo.
Let's take a look at the second tattoo.
That's mine.
This tattoo has a very unfinished feel. Nothing is put in solid. Even in the more finished center, all those outlines are scratchy and weak. It's a mess.
Damn. I just started trying to scramble just to get some shit in there.
Today, you had to face off in a head-to-head style battle. Each of your tattoos have been ranked by the judges. Win your style battle, and you'll be safe from elimination. Lose, and you could be packing your machines. Half of you will be up for elimination, and 2 of you will be going home.
That's tough.
It's time to reveal the winner of each style battle. Jason and Jessa, you faced off tattooing tribal. Let's see who won this style battle.
That was mine.
Oh, shit.
Jason, I felt like your design just left your outline a lot more open for scrutiny. The more solid black was more of what we're looking for in a tribal challenge.
Jessa, congratulations. You are safe from elimination. Have a seat. That means, Jason, you are up for elimination. Jimmy and Hiram, you faced off tattooing American traditional. Let's see who won this style battle.
I did that one.
Wow.
Nobody outshined anybody in one section, and nothing screams American traditional more than an eagle.
I didn't want to just go with the typical thing.
Congratulations. Hiram, you are safe from elimination.
Remember how I helped you out today? You're gonna have to help me.
Have a seat. Jarrell and Bob, you faced off tattooing biomech. Let's see who won this style battle.
That was mine.
Bob, congratulations.
Thank you.
Jarrell, what happened here with this tattoo?
She let me tattoo her for about 3 hours and so, and then she just quit.
That is one of the breaks in this competition, man. You took a bad one here.
If Jarrell would have been able to completely finish his tattoo, it might have been a different outcome.
I mean, I don't feel like I earned it by any means.
All right, Bob, congratulations. Please have a seat.
Hey, sorry.
Kelly and Raul, you faced off tattooing Japanese. Let's reveal the winner of this style battle. Who did this one?
I did. Yes, it's clean, but it defies gravity.
Kelly, you are safe from elimination.
Thank you.
Frank and Angel, you faced off tattooing fine line black and gray. Let's take a look at who won this style battle.
That's mine.
Frank, I think you just did a huge tattoo that got out of hand. Angel, your design is a little more cohesive.
Congratulations, Angel. That means that you're safe from elimination. Mark and Jason, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoos of the day.
I can't believe that. This many people that got their asses tattooed, and they chose that.
It's crazy. Did she piss off the rest of the human chemistry? Because she has an awesome tattoo.
This is what I do for a living every day is my koi fish. That is solid. There's clean line work. There's smooth shading. I can name all down the line here of the rest of the tattooers that didn't even come close to that.
If the human canvas jury needs to borrow my glasses, here they are, because that tattoo is awesome.
We do not agree with the human canvas jury.
This week, we're testing negative space.
Negative space is the parts that you don't tattoo. It's everything that you build around the skin that you leave open.
Today, negative space is absolutely essential because you must tattoo black and gray.
Right.
If you don't have enough negative space in a black and gray tattoo, the entire thing becomes dark and unreadable.
You're only using black ink, so you have to let the skin peek through to represent all of your lighter areas.
Today, you must tattoo a creature that appears in almost every culture wherever humans struggle with good and evil. A demon.
Black and gray horror tattoos is something that I can do in my sleep. I do them all the time. This is awesome.
Artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo a black and gray demon, and your time begins now.
Stand nice and still. Let's do it.
The difficulty in creating negative space in a black and gray tattoo is the artist understanding where the light's supposed to be and being able to do really smooth, gradual fades leading up to that light to create that nice, beautiful highlight.
What's up, brah?
It's looking good, Maddie. Thanks, man.
Me and Scott have a common goal now, to get me in the top 3 and Sausage and Halo out. I'm nowhere near safe in this competition, and I have to work really hard to secure my place.
There you go. There you go.
I'm definitely watching this tattoo go from bad to worse. Because this is my specialty, I should be winning this challenge, and it's not gonna happen.
Had to pick something with all the hair in the netherworld.
I'm spending so much time on the hair, and I'm definitely freaking out about the time I have to finish the rest of the background. Without the rest of the background, this tattoo is not going to show negative space like I would like it to.
That is amazing work.
Melissa is failing miserably. She tried to do a ripping skin. Overall, it just looks like a huge cover-up.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
Artists, today, you had to show negative space with a black and gray demon. Lydia, you're up first.
We're looking for negative space. This whole tattoo is the same tone.
Because the teeth are the same color as the fur, as everything, the mouth gets really lost.
The negative space stripes coming down from the top teeth through the bottom jaw. What effect are we going for there?
Drool.
Oh, this drool?
I would have liked to seen the teeth and the drool have a little more zing so we don't have to question what the lines are. Wondering what something is in your tattoo is never a good quality.
Maddie.
As far as hitting the challenge of negative space, there's some very amazing examples of that in this tattoo. I love the negative smoke flame. The part I don't like about this tattoo is the big chunk of hair going off behind her shoulder. It's so uniform, it looks like a rib cage.
Maddie, I like the hair. I think it's a very cool, stylized take on it. The trinkets that you did in this, the skull, the jewel, very nice.
Melissa.
The amount of detail you got in this thing is very nice, but it's definitely questionable what this thing is.
He didn't want ears, he didn't want horns, he just wanted the mouth to be the main focus of it.
It's the angry turtle.
What?
It doesn't bother me that it looks like a turtle, but the big black circles at the top you don't really need because the edge of the top of his head kind of gets a little bit lost in that black there.
That is a design flaw, just in the way those holes are created.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
That's my tattoo, and Lydia was my artist.
Those lines on the side of his mouth, it's like he's drooling.
That's what it is. It's supposed to be drool.
What is a tooth and what is drool?
I think she nailed it when it came to curling of the lips, just the viciousness. She got me everything I wanted.
This is mine, and Melissa did my tattoo.
That head is so flat.
And there's no eye.
Is there a nose? What the am I looking at? This is supposed to be a demon.
It looks like a turtle.
Come on.
Wasn't sure what you were going for, bro.
I like it.
That's my tattoo, and my artist was Maddie. I wanted a sexy demon.
If there were eyes, it would be stronger.
I didn't want eyes.
Just looks empty.
An empty soul.
That hand looks like it's broken, right?
If you grabbed a cup, your fingers would be bent.
They wouldn't be bent this way and bent that way. I think between this and the turtle is a toss-up.
I disagree. This one looks real. This looks like a demon woman.
I think we reached our decision here today.
Yeah, definitely.
Melissa, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I'm surprised.
I felt like the demon part of the tattoo was executed well.
Your client, his ideas were bad, and unfortunately, you needed to steer him in the right direction.
If someone is set on something, I'm not gonna tell them don't get that because I personally don't think it's as cool.
No matter how steadfast this guy was, I'm pretty sure he didn't want a turtle.
I mean, I don't fully agree with the turtle thing.
Canvases walking into this room put their hide on the line, and you have to be able to guide your client down the right road.
This week, we're testing detail.
Detail is all the little textures, all the little fine lines and shading that brings a tattoo to life.
Today, you must all create a biomechanical tattoo.
And he's gonna judge it.
That's the scary part.
Having the godfather of biomech judge my tattoos, it puts so much pressure on you.
I don't do biomechanical. I'm absolutely terrified right now.
This is not gonna be fun. Biomechanical tattoos are free-flowing forms that either grow or come together in a mechanical, organic way.
Looking to get mechanical gears on my ribs right here.
Nice. Ribs.
Looking to get biomechanical with gears on my ribs.
I hope I don't get any of these rib canvases. I don't need someone squirming around in tons of pain while I'm trying to do some detailed biomech.
You're not getting your ribs done.
Eric? You're actually gonna do it on the ribs?
Yeah, I'm good. You know Aaron Kane's here, so you better take your time on a biomech piece.
Be a good idea. When I do a rib tattoo, I attack. I go after it. I do it as big and bold as I can. I know I'm a proficient, solid tattooer. I'm technically sound, and I'm gonna kick some ass today.
It's a big piece, especially on the ribs.
I always go ballistic.
Today, all of you went head-to-head creating biomechanical tattoos. Eric.
My favorite part of this tattoo is the readability. The composition is really strong. You got the biomech elements just right. The contrast you got from the monochromatic background and then those red elements in the foreground really gives it a punch. Overall, good work.
Thank you.
Mark.
There's a bunch of cool elements, but it's like you got a big box of biomech parts and you try to arrange them inside of this little pill-shaped area that doesn't really fit the body. So you have all these different elements that are just kind of plugged together, but they don't ever flow together. It's just kind of jumbled a little bit.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day. That's my tattoo. My artist was Eric. He put way too much of that green color in there. He shouldn't have done that at all.
He looks too aquatic for me.
Exactly. His line work was good except for the gears. I could see...
Only for the gears is where it really gets pretty bad.
This is my tattoo. Mark was my tattoo artist. I'm very happy with the piece.
It's like too much of the same color down below.
Once it heals up, you're definitely gonna see more of the detailed work in the black shading.
The whole right side's kind of lost, and in the bottom, there's no shading where it's supposed to be sunk in.
You can't really tell what's going on.
With this tattoo, you're like, wait, what is it?
I feel like Mark's is better than Eric's. Eric added way too much color. I feel like my line work is a lot better with my gears compared to your line.
Your gears are nicer, but I think the actual biomechanical part of mine is nicer line work and design feature.
I feel like you're nitpicking with mine because my artist gave me the gears that I wanted. He gave me the colors I wanted.
I'm not disagreeing with you by any means. I feel your artist did what you wanted. It's not exactly what I wanted, so I mean, my guy does belong further down than yours.
Do we all agree?
Yes. Today, you had to create biomechanical tattoos with tight, sharp details. Eric, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. You surprised?
I'm lost for words, to be honest with you. I thought I was doing a great tattoo, solid biomechanical, so I'm pissed off.
We don't always agree with the canvas jury. It's my favorite tattoo. In my book, you're great. You are not at a risk of going home.
You made my day.
As a veteran, you fought through this competition once, so now you are calling the shots. Maddie, what is the next elimination tattoo?
We're gonna do Venetian masks.
I don't even know what that is.
Why Venetian masks?
Venetian masks have a lot of detail.
For sure.
So it's something that's really gonna test everybody.
Bad choice.
Maddie, go ahead and take a seat. You heard Maddie. Today, you must show detail by tattooing Venetian masks. Wearing masks is a centuries-old tradition in Venice, Italy. It started during Carnival, when people would eat, drink, and party. They wore masks to hide their identity so that they could be whatever and be whoever they wanted without anybody knowing. Remember, you are being judged on detail.
With that one right there.
Clean's definitely out to screw me over, but it's not gonna happen.
Let me come around and take a look.
She wanted initials in the pedals for 3 aunts, but we didn't want a nice flow going on and then just some bold initials.
Clutter it up.
I only have 6 hours to do this, and I'm not trying to shoot myself in the foot. So we're simplifying it completely. I'm gonna finish the mask on this side before I start the other 2 roses in the background.
Very good.
I may do the shadow a little bit more on the flower because it is kind of subtle. So this tattoo has to be awesome. But I got the guy who wanted the redwood tree, a mask, and a flower.
What kind of flower is that?
Phoebe flower? It's a hard canvas. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't want to do it. I hate this challenge. Detail, detail. Hope I put enough in.
Alex just bitches. Bitches and bitches and bitches. I can't take it anymore. I just want this little dick to go home tonight.
Today, Maddie challenged you to tattoo a detailed Venetian mask. Anthony.
There's not an overabundance of a lot of detail on this tattoo, but what detail is there is very nice. The little indented, recessed areas under the eye of the mask, the multiple shades of gray with just the right amount of tiny white highlights. But this is the first time that I've seen any kind of problems with the technical aspect. There's a couple of lines in this tattoo that got a little rough.
This room will really start to heat up as we compare good tattoos to each other. Don't out yourself by making a silly, sloppy mistake.
Alex. Talk to me about what your canvas asked for.
He wanted to get a Venetian mask with a redwood tree, and then he wanted a Phoebe flower because his daughter's name is Phoebe.
The way these 3 elements were put together was just very strange.
I feel like there's a way to portray a redwood tree that's not one curved stick coming out of a mask and going to nowhere.
He thought it perfectly represented a redwood, so I was like, let me just do it. I'll probably get on for it.
You are correct, sir.
This being a redwood tree, which is supposed to be the largest type of tree that we know, you're not pulling it off.
We are here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
That's my tattoo, and my artist is Anthony.
The detail just isn't quite there.
Detail challenge, and there's not a lot of detail.
It's like he put more detail into the flowers than he did the actual mask.
I'd like for the mask to pop out more. It doesn't really, like, stand out.
That's my tattoo. My artist is St. Mark.
It almost looks like scales.
It's supposed to be like cracked porcelain.
Like, it almost looks like it's a lizard instead of cracks.
Proportion to the tree, it doesn't really fit. It kind of looks like one big bush on top of a mask.
That's my tattoo. My artist is Alex.
There's too many little random things. The flowers randomly coming out of the, it looks like it's coming out of the tree.
I did want more flowers, but he talked me into just one, which I thought was fine.
It kills me, because it looks like it's just coming right out of the tree, which doesn't make much sense.
Which is the detail, which is the whole idea of what we're supposed to be doing.
Today, you had to show detail by tattooing an intricate Venetian mask. Based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines. It's time to find out who the human canvas jury chose. Anthony, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I can't comprehend that.
Ebony, why did the jury vote Anthony to the bottom?
They said there was lack of detail because there was no color, and they felt like there wasn't enough symbols within the mask itself.
I don't agree. I put everything I had into that tattoo to give you what you wanted.
I appreciate what you did, and I am totally satisfied.
Thank you so much, Ebony.
They know that this is a detail challenge. Realistically, your tattoo is one of the ones that has the least amount of detail.
Considering her complexion, I didn't want it to be too busy to where you can't even tell what it is. Thought I made a good choice.
I don't agree with you being down here. The tattooing is clean, and your craftsmanship shows.
This is your first elimination tattoo. This week, you're being judged on overall ability.
Overall ability is showing that you have the bones of tattooing, solid line work and saturated color, and how to make it look good on the body.
As you know, it's vital to your survival in this competition to make your canvas happy, because the human canvas jury will vote on the one tattoo that they think is the worst and put one artist up for elimination. However, this season, the human canvas jury has even more power. The canvas wearing the tattoo that is voted the worst will come to the elimination in person. They will reveal the opinions of the entire jury.
What?
That's horrible.
This changes the game completely. If my canvas came walking through that door, it would be a major knife in the back.
I'm stoked that the canvas has power. I reel my clients in. It's a legit mind trick thing.
So it's only fitting that the first elimination tattoo is all about the canvases.
Oh, man.
To survive the first elimination, you must tattoo whatever your canvas wants.
Dude.
But that is not all.
What?
Your canvases are very familiar with this competition because they've all been tattooed on past seasons of Ink Master.
Wow. God damn. That sucks.
That means they know exactly what they want and what they don't want.
That's crazy, man.
Again? This is crazy. She's twitching, she's moving. I feel like I'm in the back of a pickup truck trying to do this tattoo right now. Stop. There is no way I'm gonna let this bitch be the reason I'm going home.
If you go downward, you get more of a harsher line.
He's suggesting things, and I'm not always gonna agree with it.
You're rushing it. Too fast. Chill.
Damn. I didn't get here by crawling. I got here on my own.
I got it. We're in autopilot now.
Real nice. The chain came out real nice.
Thanks, dude.
You're doing a portrait, and you failed at it, man. Master that before you do it, otherwise you're gonna fail.
Today, 9 of you needed to prove your overall ability tattooing your canvases with the subject and style they chose. Brian.
The overall ability in this tattoo is questionable. You completely lost it on the lettering. Looking at the E, look how many wobbles and stuff there are in a line that's about that big. If you can't pull a line this big, how are you gonna pull a line this big?
I can do it. I can pull clean lines, and I'm confident in that. I didn't show it.
Hell of a time to hold back.
Duffy. This is a really cute, solid tattoo.
Nice clean line work, the black shading, creating the contrast, blending out smoothly to the color, looks very solid, shows your ability to do all the necessary requirements. It came out very cute.
Thank you. We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo, and my artist was Brian. I wanted a demon that looks like me.
Your nose is not like that in person.
If he would have separated the mask from the face, then the nose wouldn't be an issue, so I could understand that.
This is my tattoo. My artist was Duffy.
It just looks squashed and compressed.
It's supposed to be chubby.
It has a goatee.
I have a goatee.
It looks like it has a goatee.
That's her hair, right?
Yeah, the gray streak, because I have a gray
She has
streak.
a comb over. Here's where we're gonna start butting heads with yours. There's so many little things.
There's so many little things
But I
with
think it
yours,
adds
too.
up more because you have less detail in yours, so it's more noticeable.
You have a cartoon squished squirrel.
Well, you have a cherub
Don't
with
try
a
to
head.
don't try to make stuff up because yours is the worst of the day.
Who thinks Duffy has the worst tattoo of the day?
I'm good with that.
Raise your hands.
I'm good with that.
There you go. All right?
Today, you had one last chance to prove your overall ability. Based on your work, one of you will be the first artist to pack your machines. The human canvas jury has deliberated. Let's see what they decided. Duffy, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. I gotta ask, why did the human canvas jury vote Duffy to the bottom?
I didn't. I love my tattoo. It's things I asked for that they found as imperfections.
How hard did you fight and stick up for Duffy?
Just before punching someone in the face.
Well, thank you.
What other tattoos were considered as a bottom?
Brian's was very hard to read. Also, a huge nose for what you could not tell was a mask.
Well, I gotta tell you, had I been in that jury with you, Duffy wouldn't be standing down here.
I know that I didn't sit so still, and she went out of her way to try and make me comfortable, make me happy.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations on your new tattoo.
It's shocking to me that a cutesy little bug-eyed squirrel took out Odin, a phoenix, and a devilish portrait.
Oh, I disagree completely. I don't believe I should be down here.
The amount of blowouts you have in this outline, and then putting that lavender border around it.
The purple is hiding. I had to hide some of the blowouts of her skin letting go.
You gotta work with what you got, and we gotta judge what we get. I'm judging blowouts.
This week, we're testing your technical application.
Technical application is applying a tattoo with no flaws. Smooth lines, smooth shading, solid saturation. I don't see how you can do a good tattoo without it.
Now you have an intense challenge ahead of you. You must create a 12-hour tattoo.
12-hour tattoo is a big deal. Whatever this piece is, it has to be huge.
And you must tattoo a part of the body that is typically covered, so the skin is very fragile. The gluteus maximus.
Butt tattoos suck. It's just fat and jello. Technical application is desperately important. You could blow out a line so easy.
Your tattoo must fill both glutes. You will have 6 hours to tattoo one glute today and 6 hours to tattoo the other glute tomorrow.
Damn. 6 hours on one cheek and 6 hours on the next cheek. These people are going to be in the worst pain of their lives.
Then went full koi. Oh, hell yeah. There's no comparison between me and Mark, especially when it comes to tattooing traditional Japanese.
Looking sick. Nice big piece.
Thanks, dude. Mark, if you say you do Japanese work, you better go back to the drawing board, brah.
This week, you tattooed for 12 hours. 6 hours on one glute and 6 hours on another glute, finishing another artist's design. Each glute you tattooed will be compared side by side with the other artist's tattoo on the other glute. One of you will win and one of you will lose. Mark and Jason.
Mark, I would have gone softer because it's a lady, not such hard black at the edges, and the water's a little bit stiff.
Let's move along to Jason.
Some nice clean line work. The little details in the eye look really nice. Really, man, it's a clean tattoo.
Mark versus Jason.
Going with Jason.
I'm going with Jason.
Jason.
Congratulations.
All right, man.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day. This is Mark and Jason's tattoo.
There's no similarities between Jason and Mark's line work, color, shading.
It looks like two completely separate images. Mark's side looks like a blob of black.
The flower's kind of drowning in all the black. That doesn't look good.
This week, you had to show flawless technical application by tattooing glutes. Mark and Jason, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoos of the day.
I can't believe that. This many people that got their asses tattooed, and they chose that.
It's crazy. Did she piss off the rest of the human canvas jury? Because she has an awesome tattoo.
This is what I do for a living every day is my koi fish. That is solid. There's clean line work. There's smooth shading. I can name all down the line here of the rest of the tattooers that didn't even come close to that.
If the human canvas jury needs to borrow my glasses, here they are, because that tattoo is awesome.
We do not agree with the human canvas jury.
Look at Tito's! You think Carolyn's snakes are worse than Tito's?
No.
You think Carolyn's face is worse than Tito's?
No.
Then what are we even talking about?
I disagree. I think it is worse. I see more balance in the other one.
Come on.
I can't even believe we're arguing over this.
Today, you must tattoo.
Here it comes.
A compass rose.
Oh, shit. Really? A lot of circles, a lot of tight lines. It's just a nightmare.
Unlike a vintage map, the compass rose is the part that shows you which way is north, south, east, and west. It always consists of straight lines and circles every single time.
There's gonna be a lot of ups.
This is to see who's a technician and who's not. Straight lines, good circles, smooth shading. It's the fundamentals.
Just keep it super clean.
I'm sure everybody else knows that I'm struggling with the environment and having to prove myself. I want to showcase my abilities and that I deserve to be here and that I do have a shot at this.
The rest of the teams are hating on us right now because they know we have a good team.
The hardest part about this tattoo is the pearls and all that lace in the background. Straight lines, perfect circles. It's a lot.
Now.
I think it looks great.
Okay, cool. I have the biggest tattoo in the room. Time is not what I have right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
All I need is you to work with me, and I'll work with you.
Did I move?
It's all right. It's nothing I can't fix.
It's tough staying still.
Today's fundamental day, and line work is one of the biggest fundamentals in tattooing, so that's what we're focusing on.
I chose the mandala because there's lines everywhere.
I'm about to start my red.
Yeah, get in there. I'm worried about you.
I'm worried too.
I don't think he has time to be walking around right now. You gotta finish. Otherwise, you're out automatically, pretty much.
There's a line that came a little off. I can't fix that line unless I bold the whole thing. Whenever you get the chance.
I probably won't get the chance because I'm running super behind. Holy shit! I don't know what EMAC did, but we're gonna need a miracle here.
Oh, it's starting to hurt a little better.
The outline is taking a long time. I gotta get it done.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up, machines down. No more ink.
Icy clean.
It was rough for a minute, I'll tell you.
Mac attack down to the wire,
dude.
Literal seconds.
Minute.
Was it his decision to make it that big, or what happened there?
I don't know.
Man, you just did a traditional tattoo. That's pretty easy.
I feel really bad that I wasn't there to help him more, you know?
You had to do what you had to do. I know.
Today, you had to execute flawless fundamentals, tattooing a compass rose. Arlene.
Hi. The first thing I get when I look at this tattoo is not lace.
These different rays on the compass rose, they don't really line up.
And you're kind of missing one here.
Your east-northeast is missing.
If somebody had to find their way home, could get tricky.
EMAC.
It's pretty simple. You can tell what's going on. You've got a really doubled up thick outline here. Some of them look solid and clean, some of them do not. A lot of inconsistencies. If you're gonna make thick lines, they should all be the same thickness. You don't have the same thickness.
Patrick.
Yes. What's up, fellas?
Big tattoo. When you get in close, you definitely see a lot of problems with the outlines.
Around the edge of this circle, that's where it stuck out the most.
Where you do solid fills of a lighter wash, it does look pretty smooth though.
Thank you guys, man.
We are here to form the first jury of peers to decide who we're going to send up for elimination.
To me, I think the worst one was EMAX. It doesn't have any good shading and it doesn't have any good lines.
But EMAX lines are better than Patrick's.
Wait.
They're in there.
What?
They're solid.
They're in there.
Absolutely not.
Bullshit.
Every line is hollow. I mean, just integrity-wise, regardless of how shitty the ship is, his lines are black, they're not hollow, and there's no streaks in them.
They are so all over
We're
the
looking
place.
at all aspects here.
There are some hiccups in it, but I damn sure do not think that that compares anything to what EMAC or Arlene did.
Well, let's talk about Arlene's then. If black's supposed to be black, we can see every line that she made and every time she tried to fill it in, and they still don't meet.
You lose the lace for sure.
Arlene and EMAC are definitely in the running for the bottom.
Jason, why did the jury of peers vote Arlene to the bottom?
We felt like that hers had the most line work issues. We really couldn't find any straight lines. So for those reasons, we decided to put her in the bottom.
I was actually going to nominate myself to come down here.
But I mean, you're sitting pretty. What are you talking about?
Not when your own teammate throws you at the bottom, telling me that EMAC's line work was better than mine.
I didn't say anything about putting you in the bottom. I said that I...
No, you pulled my name up there.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I have narcolepsy with cataplexy. I have to stay super calm because if I don't, I become paralyzed, which then means I can't tattoo. But, you know, I didn't come all the way over here to go home.
Who do you see as going home?
EMAC. I don't think it was necessary to put the compass rose covering the whole bottom of the ship. I feel like that was a cop-out.
When you look at this, you know exactly what it is.
All across the board, all three of these tattoos have shortcomings.
Where I've really failed is because I was too worried about staying inside the box. And I've spent my entire life not worrying what kind of box I should fit in.
You're shackled because you're not expressing yourself the way you would if you were home. You have to release. If you get punched when you're rigid, you're probably getting knocked out.
All right, judges, it is time to determine who is going home.
I like K's. As far as the most finished look overall, I think Arlene has it.
In EMAC's tattoo, there's areas where your lines don't connect. There's areas that are not showing me that you put the color in solid. I'm gonna go with EMAC.
The judges have decided EMAC. You do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.
Thank you, everyone.
Today, you must tattoo a black and gray, realistic U.S. landmark.
What? Shit.
Wow. Today, who's gonna win? The person that does the smoothest transitions, uses the most gradation, shows us in places where they can make it really stark and have strong contrast, and in other places where they can push and blend something out smooth. That's gonna put you in the top.
It's gonna be a good day.
It does a weird thing when it's on you, and it makes it look very convex. It's gonna look weird. Do you have anything hip area at all?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I could do that.
This one here?
Yeah. I can make that work.
You all right? I can't tell what that means, man. You just keep laughing.
From the first line I pull, this dude is in excruciating pain.
Oh my God.
I don't even have the needle on you right now.
Oh, that devil hurts, huh?
It's a nightmare. I cannot get any area of solid, clean tattooing on this guy, and I'm
All right. Let's take like a 3-minute break and throw some water in my face. Oh my God. I don't want to throw up on you.
It sucks to know that after all the hard work, I could be going home because this guy can't sit still.
Yeah, my parents would probably like this spot better than the tramp stamp.
It's a mean spot, like the one on the back there. I'm feeling much better about doing this tattoo on the thigh, but it's still tricky. It's called the White House, and I have to recreate this in black.
When did you start tattooing?
I started tattooing at 17, and that was 15 years ago. Between my house and school, there was a tattoo studio. I just stopped in one day. That led to mopping floors and eventually my apprenticeship. It just happened that I got really good at it and was able to make tattooing do things for me that I never thought possible. I want to go to the finale. I'm going to go to the finale. This tattoo is just an obstacle in the way. For me, it's life. As long as I have air in my lungs and I can see 3 inches in front of me, I'll be tattooing. So they wanted to see, right? Yeah.
Realism is a time-consuming process. I don't do realism, so I'm trying to race through these last little details.
I don't even know if I'm gonna even put any of the gesture lines because of all the rocks and stuff. It just kind of simplified everything else.
Also, I still have the face of the dam to shade, which is the most important part because that is the monument. If I don't shade the monument, then I am screwed.
Cool, man.
Today, you had to show smooth shading, tattooing a black and gray realistic U.S. landmark. Let's see how you did. West, you're up. Bob.
The problem is it's such an immense structure that anywhere there is detail is going to be so tiny when you show the whole thing.
I realized that when I got down to doing it.
Did you ever consider not putting the top on and just working up to the rim of the dam?
But it does have those towers, and I didn't want to like omit something that makes it what it is.
Your one area of really nice shading is the face of the dam. Your rocks look really nice on the lower sections. The top just has an unfinished look. I respect your moxie to go for it, but the top of this tattoo is a pretty big miss.
Stay strong, sir.
Jessa.
It is pretty messy. It's got rough line work, it's got rough shading. If we look at the underside of the road, all that black is just really stripy.
For me, the real problem is that this road just does not line up with itself, and the fence doesn't line up with itself.
Your illustration is a very smart approach. It's just nothing's real consistent.
Frank.
It's definitely recognizable, but it is very messy. The amount of detail you put in this thing for a 6-hour tattoo is crazy.
Using shading today. And yes, you have dark areas, you have mid-tone areas, you have light areas, but there's no gradient, there's no transitions from dark to light.
They're not wrong.
We're here as the jury of peers to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
Alrighty.
What do you guys think of it?
It's gonna be important for us to address that Bob and Jessa may be in the bottom.
I believe that I probably will be in the bottom. Mine was the least finished.
But it's also one of the most legible. Just from the overall look, Bob's tattoo has a weird shape.
You think that my tattoo is worse than this one?
I do, Bob.
My piece has gradients from light to dark. It has smooth shading in it. Frank's tattoo was definitely a scratchy one.
That thing is detailed as
So what? They're all sloppy details.
If you look at the 3 right pillars, Those 3 pillars are all shaded differently. That right there, I think, is definitely grounds to put them in the bottom.
But from a distance, you can still tell what it is. With yours looks like a weird light bulb or an alien head.
Come on, man.
Or
You
like
can tell
something
if
with
it's
that you have to really look into to see what the is going on.
You want to put Bob in the bottom with Jessa before you want to put Frank in the bottom with Jessa.
Yes.
That's crazy, bro.
Don't act surprised.
Angel, why did the jury appear to send Frank to the bottom?
At almost any point, I can zoom into it and find an issue. For example, look at the right 3 pillars. Those 3 aren't shaded the same at all.
The light's coming from one side, and that's why the pillars are shaded differently as they move back to where the shaded
they're
part
shaded
is.
differently from each other.
Yeah, because
Not
they
from
are
the other
different
side.
pillars.
They all should have different shading because it is round and the light source is going to hit it differently.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I did the best tattoo I've done here. Like, that's not what we're arguing.
But you can tell that's the White House.
So did you disagree in terms of voting Frank down?
Oh, big time. I voted for Bob because his is by far the most illegible in the room.
I really wanted to show all the pieces of the dam. I've been there before. If I had just chopped it off at the top, I'm gonna get ridiculed forever for being like, yeah, but that's not the full dam. You didn't include the other power unit.
Not by me.
At least it's architecturally correct. The Brooklyn Bridge, the bridge does not pass through that giant concrete slab that's at the bottom.
It's still recognizable as what it is.
But it's wrong. Like, you're doing a national landmark. It should be correct and true to the landmark.
I wish that I could have put some more stuff into there, but I mean, it does look like the Brooklyn Bridge.
All right, judges, it is time to determine who's going home.
Jessa's tattoo had the best approach on this thing and still lost it.
But I would say that Jessa's tattoo still looks like the bridge.
Yes.
When I look at Bob's tattoo, it takes me a moment to figure out, oh, this is the Hoover Dam.
The thing about Bob's tattoo is his black's not solid in the water, but the bottom section is carefully rendered. At least there's a glimmer of application. Jessa, for what little there is everywhere in this, from line work to shading, there is not little problems, but major problems. Jessa, my vote's for you.
My vote is for Jessa.
The judges have decided. Jessa, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
You proved your mettle to yourself. You got everything in front of you. Take it and run with it.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
Come here. Good job.
You must tattoo a style that every master should excel at and every apprentice must conquer. American traditional.
I didn't teach Dave anything to do with American traditional. I'm not well versed in it. I surely do not feel like the master in this situation.
Hey, at least he's going through with it. I know, bro. I need to prove to everyone that I can do an American traditional tattoo. Let's get it poppin', baby.
Let's do it.
This is definitely not the work that I do back home. I've beaten keto before. I'm confident that I'm still gonna beat keto.
Oh, man. Look at how deliberate he is all of a sudden.
Look at that, man.
Look at this guy.
The tattoo that I'm doing is straight sarcasm.
Those some nice lines there.
Thank you. That's what they asked for. It's protocol, buddy. Judges want black. They want lines. They're getting a lot of goddamn lines and a lot of goddamn black on top of black.
1 hour to go, guys. 1 more hour.
How's it going, Bubba?
Not as simple as yours, but
I just wanted to hit what the challenge was, you know?
Not only is it a snake, but I have to tattoo a guitar, which is a bunch of straight-ass lines. Dave me royally.
from that jury, you fight for me. Be like, look at these lines.
Ryan.
This thing is just weird, man. Where I think you went totally haywire on this tattoo is basically just coloring this thing solid black.
Just trying to take things down quite a few notches from what I normally do. Not put style into it, just go simple.
From a distance, you literally have a big black silhouette.
Everything is black, and it's going to get blacker as it gets older. It's got nowhere to go.
There are two things we're judging for today, traditional and legibility. St. Mark's is far and above on both those points.
St. Mark.
Same here.
Winner of this head-to-head challenge is St. Mark. Keto.
The tattoo looks heavy, but not in a good way. And you didn't let the details that you have in the bird itself stand out. It looks like you were trying to hide something somewhere, and the background on this thing makes no sense.
I thought about that, man, after I did it. It seemed like a good idea at first.
Red on red is camouflage.
For me, legibility-wise, Big C's takes us down without question.
I vote for C's.
Big C's.
Big C's.
The judges have decided Big C's you've won the head-to-head competition. Earl, you went head-to-head with Dave. I don't understand what's happening with the snake. There's no belly scales, there's no teeth.
Was that little look that you just realized you forgot teeth?
I totally did not put teeth in it.
I think it's pretty up. They obviously have belly scales, and if you're gonna turn and twist, at some point you're gonna see the belly scale. You missed the mark from conception to completion.
You look shook. I am. This one got you.
There's really not much debate for me on this one at all.
It's a rattlesnake. They ain't got no teeth, man.
Y'all like beating a dead horse, man. Give him the lesson that he needs to be told, and then move on.
Well, let me explain one thing to you. What you just got 30 seconds of, this is what it was for us as apprentices. I got slapped out of the chair. I got called everything under the sun. I wouldn't change the way I grew up for anything.
This is my friend here. He gave me lessons that I needed to evolve, and it's tough seeing somebody that you care about getting bashed like that.
You've got to tighten it up. Nothing's 100%, but that's what you got to strive for.
We're here as the jury appears to put 2 artists up for elimination.
Guys, this isn't gonna be easy.
Let's do this as just and fair as possible, so nobody is shortchanged.
Let's just get rolling. I think it should be Ryan, because I know he wants to go down there and challenge.
This is my absolute bottom. It just looks like not give a from the minute he sat down with a pencil all the way till the finish of the tattoo.
Ryan knocked traditional tattooing. He made fun of it through the whole drawing, and he made a fool of himself by doing that.
Honestly, I don't know where his head was at all.
Ryan is not the most likable person on the planet, but this one is not my least favorite one of the day.
The bottom in my book would be Keto.
It's just a little too dark overall.
I don't agree about Keto. I'm leaning more towards Earl's.
There's no teeth, there's no belly.
See, I don't agree with that one because Keto's bird is killing me. You can add teeth, but you can't fix that bird.
You can't put a belly on it. It's a ribbon.
They're both jacked up.
You can't tell it's a rattlesnake.
That's a low blow, and you know it.
I agree with St. Mark. Look at the snake. It looks like a ribbon.
Still, we got to take in consideration execution, too. Definitely MB. He missed the mark quite heavily.
That earring is hanging from an ear that would have to be on top of her head.
Did it look a little wonky? Sure. But he didn't leave her lips out. There was an eye. I mean, everything that was supposed to be there was supposed to be there.
I'm going to completely say hell no, because MB's tattoos, they chewed his ass up on the lines. You look at Earl's black, it's solid as can be. Go back to MB's, blotchy. Back to the line work, solid and clean. MB's had some shaky lines. So, there you go. Enough said.
8 of you won your head-to-head battle. It was up to you to determine which of the artists must face off with Keto. Who is the first artist that you're putting up for elimination?
We've all decided Ryan. The skull's just black. It's not really legible from a distance.
I'm always up to redeem myself again. I ain't giving up.
Who's the second artist you are putting up for elimination?
Second artist is Earl. Mainly because of the snake, and it was a little cluttered.
It sucks, but I got it. I'm always up for the challenge. I am definitely not used to losing. It sucks. I feel a bit lost, and I feel a bit insulted.
Right now, I got the opportunity to do a lot of proving people wrong. They think I'm the underdog. That's the type of pressure I take and use as fuel.
Keto, Earl, and Ryan, you faced off tattooing an American traditional design by Richard Stell. Today, one of you will be packing your machines. Keto, let's start with you.
Keto's is very strong. It's got the right proportion of bold line to black shading to open skin.
The only thing that bugs me about it is a little feather shaded individually. Kind of gives it that scale look, draws your eye away from the rest of it.
If you would have shaded those scales instead, then it wouldn't be so noticeable that the wing isn't as black as it should be.
I was just being self-conscious about overdoing it.
Because it's so simple, it's very simple to f it up.
Earl.
The outline is great on this one. You really sunk it in there, but from the neck to the wing, where you left that little highlight, could have just been filled in. In this tattoo, I think it works.
It looks great. The shading in the claws, I like the shading in the head. I really can't complain. I like it.
Thank you.
Ryan.
The quality of this tattoo is the best craftsmanship I've seen you do since you got here. The shoulders and crest of the wings are my favorite. The shading down the center as opposed to one side or the other just looks like it's actually the crest. But the stippling dot work in the eagle's head, that's not the best choice.
It's a mistake. It makes it like overly dark, makes it look like it's dirty. It's not traditional.
I took in my critiques from my master here. I think if I would have just left it as it was.
He didn't grab the machine out your hand to do the tattoo, you did.
You always got somebody to blame every time, man.
I ain't blaming anybody. I'm just saying, like,
I got something to prove, but the homie over here, he just dodging the bullet.
I should have listened to myself and just stayed with what I was doing. All 3 good tattoos. My pick is Ryan.
Ryan.
The judges have decided, Ryan, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Tattooing with people yapping at you and us giving you about what you're doing. Some people can handle this pressure and some people can't. It's not easy.
Please pack your machines and close shop. Today, you must tattoo Medusa. From Greek mythology, Medusa is a monster with snakes for hair, who turns any man that dares look at her into stone. Composition is crucial to legibility.
There's a lot of really tiny detail when it comes to a Medusa. You have snakes in her hair, a pretty face. They are really easy to screw up.
Guys, we took a bad beat yesterday. And today, unfortunately, we're gonna take one more because we're gonna lose somebody. Keep yourself here with good features in a face. A strong snake, do not create an eel or something that leaves them debating if they're even snakes. Do not that part up.
This canvas is freaking me out. He want full body and also he want color. Some real freaking predator metallic look. He could send me home.
You'll kill yourself doing all that. And it's not even that appealing. Yeah. Get rid of that weird rattle.
He wants
He wants a rattle?
He wants the tail.
Tito, that thing's just little, man. Well, look at what you're up against. You're up against a bunch of people that are big, open faces with big, beautiful details. That could either make you the man or it could send you home. It's a tough design. Don't stress. Just hang in.
Carolyn was doing good until she put that background in.
Really hoping to see more of my strength in this one.
I almost didn't even make it onto a team. I was the last pick. At this point, I need to not feel like the underdog. I put a lot of things on hold. My whole life, my kids. I need to nail this down.
Keto looks
Rough. I think what we went after happened.
Yeah, inadvertently.
Not maybe the way we were expecting it to, but it's looking like it looks like Tito's got the letters. I think so too.
That's it. Time is up. Machines down. No more ink.
I think we started out a little rough, but we got it done.
Tough Tito's Medusa, his snakes look like yarn. It looks like a zombified Raggedy Ann. And he needs to go home with it.
Today, you had to show perfect composition by tattooing Medusa. Team Nunez, let's see how you did. Tito.
The snakeheads are all completely so different. Some of them look like koi, some of them have a frog look.
Just try to create the best composition that I could.
Her arm just ending abruptly like that is really strange. The bottom of the tattoo where her torso ends off, also strange. And then there's a little piece of something on her hip. I don't know if that's a piece of her clothing. And this is a really, really rough tattoo to turn in today.
Carolyn.
The backside of the tattoo is very unfinished. She literally just has this little bit of a face that's floating in this mess that from a distance is really hard to tell what's going on.
I ran out of time and I had to focus a little bit more on the face rather than the smoke.
These outlines and this shading, it has a very single needle prison machine look to it. And you have all the tools. That's not a good thing. You're on my team. I want to sugarcoat it as much as possible, but it's not possible. This quality does not stand up. You're hanging yourself.
We are here as the jury of peers to decide who should be eliminated.
Tito's is just a bad tattoo all around.
Those snakes are horrible.
I don't think his canvas asked for eel-faced snakes.
He's missing an arm, and look how he ended the belly. It just ends.
When I look at it, though, I see more symmetry and balance than I do in Carolyn. Kind of see a nose and 2 eyes and then a bunch of mush.
I vote for Carolyn. Look at Tito's. You think Carolyn's snakes are worse than Tito's?
No.
You think Carolyn's face is worse than Tito's?
No.
Then what are we even talking about?
I disagree. I think it is worse. I see more balance in the other one.
Come on.
I can't even believe we're arguing over this.
Today, the jury of peers decided to put Tough Tito up.
We debated and we really hammered it out, and at the end it wasn't unanimous, it was majority rule.
You guys better pray that I don't walk back from that door. That's the only thing I have to say. Let's go downstairs. I'm ready. Let's go.
Why did you vote Tito to the bottom?
When it came down to it, it was who had the prettiest face, who had the best snakes, who had the best color packing or shading. We just really debated on that.
Majority voted Tito.
They shoot for me. I'm a strong competitor. I don't think I deserve to go home.
Tito, I like your confidence, but
the only game I can play that time was composition.
Did he suggest
everything
purples
that you see
and
on
reds and opaque grays? It just
That's what he wants.
But aside from the struggles with the canvas, the nose is crooked. Eyes aren't the same shape. The forehead line is off. This is one of the worst of the day. From any distance at all, it's an eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and who knows what else. It's a mess.
I don't think my tattoo is worse than his. There's ways to make that image look better instead of making little yarns coming out of the head.
All right, guys, time to determine who's going home. Tito's, I mean, it looks like a painful injury. My vote is to send Tito home.
Carolyn, I'm sorry. My vote is for you.
Here's where I'm at, and here's how it falls. Carolyn's report card is the worst of the 3.
I haven't done tattoos like that since I started tattooing. I didn't come here, leave my whole life to stand here, to go home right now.
Traditional day, Tito beat you. Geisha day, Tito beat you. I'm sure at home, you are much better than you are in a pressure cooker. But this pressure cooker...
I know you're about to say my name, but I think you're gonna make a huge goddamn mistake.
My vote is for Carolyn to go home.
The judges have decided. Carolyn, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
This is a tough environment. It is not for everybody. It's a lot of pressure.
All right, Carolyn, please pack your machines and close shop. For today's challenge, you must tattoo neo-traditional animals.
Dope. Got y'all.
I'm scared. I love animals. They're so cute. Neo-traditional, I'm just gonna jump off a bridge.
You heard it. Solid, bright color. Don't mute it. Let's see what you got.
Don't do any watercolor.
God, shut up. I know.
How you doing over here?
Good. Just starting to like block colors in.
That's all it is. Big, blocky, solid tattoo.
I hate color. I've always seen things in black and gray. This is my mixer for all the blues. That's my mixer.
Never mix with white. You're gonna grab a tan, something that's light that can get you to a lighter tone, and you mix that.
I taught myself, so I don't really know anything. I work by myself, so it's not like I really have the chance to learn. I want to be able to let go of all of the shit in my head, and I just want to have fun. I want to do a good tattoo. It's just hard.
Watch you're not wiping too hard over that line work.
Okay.
4 hours to go, everybody. 4 more hours.
The whole top of the head is dark brown, but you have it orange.
I honestly rarely work with color.
I just figured I would make it like the brown and orange just because otherwise he would be really neutral.
I am not a neo-traditional tattooer. The way that I would go ahead and shade things as a realism artist, it would be the polar opposite.
Just try to get some of the darks in there, you know?
Yep.
Because that's what you want. You want darks and lights.
I'm not so sure mine's neo-traditional.
Today, you had to demonstrate contrast by tattooing a neo-traditional animal. Women's team, you're up first. Let's start with Ashley.
Your piece is out of balance. You yourself show me that you know how to put solid color in one section, because the green leaf is the only thing on your entire piece that's solid. And you abandon that, for whatever reason, throughout everywhere else.
I don't do neo-traditional.
But you do art, right?
Yes.
Be an artist.
Ash.
These tattoos need a heavy outline. They stand alone. You don't have a strong outline. Your blue isn't solid. And please, for the love of God, what is that red?
Yeah, I probably told her to do the red. I just told her to whip red from corners.
It's not that. It's the way the red looks. You just don't put in solid color.
This is my first time doing it. Not that that's an excuse.
Don't abandon the things that you can do because somebody changed the name of what you're doing. You know what you're always doing? Tattooing.
Yeah.
So just tattoo.
Okay, gentlemen, we are here as the jury of peers, thanks to Jason, and we have to determine who we think needs to be put up for elimination.
Ashley's tattoo stood out to me. The thing is, holidays galore. There's no excuse to have that many holidays and a tattoo that size.
Yeah.
The orange is what's getting me.
She didn't use a ton of black either.
I'm gonna say Ash as well.
Why I look like it got a beard or something?
I think it's like a chest puff. I'm not really sure.
Thought y'all were gonna vote me down.
I'm gonna be straight up honest right now. I don't think that looks like a panther, it looks like a wolf to me.
I will fight for my right to be in this competition.
Will you fight for your right to be on this team?
I don't feel like a part of this team. People definitely love to harp on like the things they just don't like about me as a person. You don't have to like me. You know, everyone here wants to make it as far as they can. I can help get us there. I can show up, you know, work as a team and move forward.
I respect the hell out of that.
I feel way better. Clear the air, man. Got the elephant out of that room.
Yes. All right, go men.
The jury of peers has decided the artist that we're putting down for elimination is Ashley.
Katie, why did the men's team vote Ashley to the bottom?
There were some technical issues, the fact that there was so much patchiness and whatnot going on. The contrast wasn't really there either.
I was really happy with this piece. I thought it was bold.
Say I should not be down here.
I don't think I should be down here.
There you go.
The three of you all struggle. You two do not show that you can color. You have a little bit of green, which shows me 90% of a tattoo that isn't colored properly and 10% that is. And then your tattoo looks like it's 15 years old, washed out. You have to be able to apply the ink and get out. It doesn't have punch.
I didn't want to cause trauma, honestly.
The shin tattoo that Justin did definitely has some skin trauma. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
I'd rather have Justin's design, but I can't just take design into consideration.
I'm gonna keep going back to the fact that it was on a shin. It's a lot of black. You wanted contrast. I gave you contrast. I know that I'm a good tattoo artist.
My point is not on a personal level. My point is on a technical level. You, my man, are my choice to go home.
My vote's for Ash.
We got one vote for Ash. We got one vote for Justin. I understand all the arguments here. Justin, my vote's for you. The judges have decided, Justin, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
I know that this is so completely different from what you excel at back home. You have a huge clientele and you kill it. I think you did a really good job. I don't think you deserve to go home today.
Please pack your machines and close shop.
Okay.
I think that Bob had the greatest composition on paper, and I think he lost it in the application.
We gotta call it like it is. I don't have a tattoo of the day. Wow. I'm sorry, but I don't see it.
I'm comfortable with not awarding a win. This week, we're testing detail.
If you don't put detail in a tattoo, it looks very flat and cartoony. Detail is what helps a tattoo look amazing.
Today, you must create tattoos known and dreaded for the incredible amount of detail they require. Asian tattoos. With Asian tattoos, whether it's gods, animals, or mystical creatures, it's the intricate details that make them identifiable.
My canvas is asking for the Shinto god. The design that we came up with, it's leaning a little bit more towards the style that I draw in, so I'm excited to get started on this one.
It just looks a little cartoony, because it's like all head, you know what I mean?
It was the other one that I started.
Do you think we could work some more of that look, like into the one that you finalized?
I am so pissed off. This guy went from everything to being awesome yesterday to being problematic right now.
Cool, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm really not a fan of traditional Asian artwork. They're very simple. I think it flows nice. The most important detail in Asian tattoo work is basically just the line work. So I'm pretty sure this tattoo is gonna be a good one for me.
I think the first piece was just a little, I mean, honestly, I don't know if the judges would have gone for it either, you know?
All I want to do now is stab this guy in the neck with the pencil. How's that?
Sick.
I am so pissed off. All I can do right now is just bite my tongue and get started.
4 hours remaining, everybody.
I don't want to do a geisha girl, so I'm doing a Japanese Anya mask. I'm finishing the nose right now.
Yeah.
I've got the cheekbone and the lower jaw, the mouth. That's all I have to do left.
That's a big old mask.
I'm nervous that part of this is going into his butt crack, but even in the ass crack, I can run a perfect line and put solid color. I'm trying to keep it as traditional as possible.
Joshua's tattoo looks like he's doing a tramp stamp in his butt crack. I just don't see how he cannot be going home today.
Doing this a second time is really taking a toll on me.
Thank you for doing so great.
Try. Just wish you would have picked something a lot more simple.
I'm just having a really tough time being here and dealing with a lot of stressful stuff.
Tattoo baby's lying. It's horrible. It's a terrible design idea. She's losing confidence, and you can see it in her tattoos.
Let's get it like really excruciating, baby.
I'm freaking out about time. It's so frustrating. There's no way that I cannot finish this tattoo.
Say 10, 9, 8.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Yes. Oh my God.
Dude, that is rock and roll.
Good deal, man. Glad we actually finally nailed it.
Real sick, bro.
I'm glad you like it.
I'm definitely thinking I have a chance after this piece that Joshua pulled off. I'm just pissed off with this butt piece that he put on this dude. It's just a bad tattoo. It's unacceptable.
Artists, today we threw you a painstaking test of detail, Asian tattoos.
A lot of big misses today. The critiques are gonna get rougher. That's the name of the game.
Rich, let's start with you.
You got 2 dots for eyes. One nose that turns into an eyebrow that's so close to the eye, then the other eyebrow's all high up off the eye. The nose is crooked, the lips are not lined up. Where's the beauty in this face?
I don't really find the actual traditional faces beautiful at all.
Well, then in that case, bang up job, my friend.
The simplicity is what makes these things so hard. If you're gonna do things that in your mind are simple, then you gotta do them right. You made yourself look bad with this.
Jason, were you feeling more comfortable going into this challenge?
Absolutely. I mean, this is what I love to do.
My biggest problem with this tattoo is the body itself. It seems like there's no real structure. You can't tell where anatomically the limbs are really coming from.
As long as you have that nice flow to it, the human's mind will make up where that's going.
To me, that looks really strange. It looks like you drew the head, claw, and then some body. They don't go with that flow.
ES.
Man, oh man, this thing's got a lot of design flaws. You lost the shape of the tiger completely. Where the first paw leads up to the shoulder goes over the ear. Now the second lump coming around should be the neck, but the neck severs off the head and turns into another shoulder. Tigers can be really beautiful, but they can be really tricky. And you got out-tricked in this one completely.
Joshua.
I hate the placement of this tattoo. This mask in the middle, looking to one side, half down in the butt crack with a little bit of water.
No business doing that much water on somebody if you don't know how to do it. I mean, this is an arthritic hand sticking out of the side of this guy's mask. You're way off. I'm not a fan of this one at all.
Tattoo baby.
No doubt you had a tattoo with the load of detail and amount of time you had to cram it in there, but you gotta be kidding me with this lion.
I tried to do a 12-hour tattoo in 6 hours.
Even before you had the time crunch of tattooing it, the drawing, the detail of a lion is not there.
I could draw that lion totally different, but I went with a lot more simple lion.
It kills this tattoo.
All right, guys, so we are doing Asian tattoos today. Detail was the focus.
Not very impressive.
We have Tattoo Baby. You guys were all pretty dark on this.
Here is a major percentage of this tattoo with this busted ass stuffed animal lion bull.
Next, we had Rich.
When you look at this face up close, anyone can tell that that nose is crooked.
Do you have a best of the day, Troy?
No.
Why don't we not give out a tattoo of the day?
Artists, You may be wondering why you've all been called back. The judges have decided that there is no best tattoo of the day. This week, we're testing dimension.
Dimension is showing depth, texture, movement, just not something flat.
For today's challenge, you must tattoo an object so recognizable that any inconsistencies will be undeniable. An eyeball.
My canvas went a photorealistic eyeball right on her throat.
Any swelling?
A little bit, not too much. I'm being pretty gentle. That whole area is just one of the most difficult places to do a nice, clean tattoo. I don't really want to like have you bleeding all over the place or anything like that. I'm pretty pissed at Halo for giving me a throat, so I'm hoping I just knock his ass right out the water.
How's it looking?
Crazy awesome.
I need to show everybody yet again that I deserve to be on the top.
You could have given me any one of those tattoos up there, dude. I promise you I would have been fine with it. That's not cocky, it's just, I've done everything already. You know what I mean? Basically what I'm trying to do is show dimension, and not just with the eye, but the background around the eye. I'm trying to frame out, put a bunch of little blocks in there, a little teardrop, make it look like it's coming off the skin to show dimension, not one, not two, but 3 different ways. I'm not getting today.
I got the canvas who wants his father's eye.
Enjoying your tattoo?
Happy so far, very happy. Nice. I can't make this pretty, it's not a pretty eye. He's an old man. He's got bags, skin tags. I'm screwed.
Roland's tattoo looks like a vagina with an eye coming out of it. I don't think he has what it takes to be here.
As long as you're happy on that.
This week, we had you create an eyeball tattoo using dimension to make it pop off the skin. Bubba.
Get some nice details in the corners of the eyes, get some depth in there so it does have a little bit of dimension, but the color inside the iris is pale and weak. The colors you used just don't have that natural look.
Jim.
I'm gonna be real with you. I just don't like the inside of the eye. The black part went too small.
From a distance, this is a black spot with a blue dot in the middle.
Jay.
I like the way you got the highlight in the eye, but some of the stuff you did was a little excessive.
You put way too much emphasis on these veins.
I did it exactly the way it was in the photo.
It's dark, though. But the big thing that kills the dimension is the black stripe across the top, because it has a hard edge. It doesn't fade off. It looks like it's just cut and pasted there.
Randy.
The top eyelid looks a little misshapen. The bottom lid kind of looks a little sagging, almost like the flies on like a little piece of beef jerky.
I used an actual photograph.
A lot of the black and gray in this thing is very beat and very red, and the tattoo looks painful. You turned in one of the roughest tattoos of the day by far.
Roland.
This tattoo's bad, dude.
He asked for a eyeball of his father. He wanted it not to be a pretty eyeball. His dad's kind of old.
Is there a good outline? No. Is there any smooth shading? Nope. Is there dimension? Hell no.
Artists, today we tested your ability to use dimension. In light of today's work, the judges have decided that there will be no human canvas jury. And there will be no best tattoo of the day. Today, you must tattoo the ultimate test of precision. A portrait. A portrait is one of the easiest tattoos to screw up. One drop of ink in the wrong place will make your portrait unrecognizable.
If you alter the appearance of somebody's face in a tattoo, you just made it into somebody else.
Today, once again, the canvases are in pairs. Every canvas wants the same portrait as one other canvas. Wow. Giving a side-by-side comparison like never before.
What? Go big or go home.
That means you'll all be going head-to-head with one other artist. And the judges will directly compare your work in critique. One of you will win, and one of you will lose.
Can't lose.
How you doing, bud?
What's up, man?
I do color portraits, not black and gray. I'm really trying to take my time here. One mistake, this portrait is done. Any little slip up, you're not gonna recognize the person.
Do you wait to do like some of the heavy darks?
I don't know. I guess it depends on the portraits, really. I mean, I don't know.
Chris's tattoo looks very sloppy. If he doesn't go back in and smooth that out, that could be the kiss of death.
This is one of the scariest, most intimidating challenges of the entire competition. And this is the one that I've been ready for since day one.
Stay with me. We're almost to the end, okay?
I'm ready to watch everybody else fall down and me to rise. This may be one of my best wins.
This is what's gonna put us in a winner's circle, okay?
Today, you had to tattoo the ultimate test of precision, a portrait. Each of you tattooed head-to-head with another artist, and we will directly compare your work. Chris, you went head-to-head with Aaron.
My big problem with this tattoo is you made up a bunch of highlights that don't exist in the photo. On her neck, underneath her chin, you just made up a complete white highlight that doesn't exist. It really does change the shape of this girl's face a lot. And then you really went graphic with it. You exaggerated the lines in her creases in her mouth. In the photo, she looks real soft and round, and you put a lot of hard edges on her that hurt you on Precision Day.
Aaron.
I think the first thing that I notice on this is that droopy eye. On the right, it sags a little bit. I think that throws things completely off.
Another place that the precision is not there is in that mouth. Those lips are not her lips. And then the really dark you did in the gums, it makes it almost look like she's missing teeth. Translation from the photo to the skin is where the precision has to be 100%. And a portrait is very unforgiving.
Portrait King just got decrowned.
All right, guys, so who wins the head-to-head competition between Chris and Aaron?
This is kind of a tough one for me. Chris, I think that yours is actually over-precise. The hard lines kind of take away from any softness that a portrait might have.
Aaron's looks more like a little girl to me.
I literally find enough things in both that are bad that I don't have a clear winner or a clear loser.
Just judge each section. Just judge the mouth.
Chris got it. Chris got it.
Now just judge the eyes.
Debatable.
Just judge the hair now.
Aaron.
Aaron got it.
Just judge the chin.
Chris got it. Chris got it.
Now just judge the cheeks.
Aaron got it. Guys, I'm out. I'm not picking a winner.
Flip a coin.
We don't flip coins on this
Okay,
thing.
no, I'm just saying, man.
The fairest thing that I can say to both of you is that I don't see either one being a landslide to the plus or the minus.
All right, for this head-to-head challenge, there is no winner. Today, you must tattoo a famous work of art.
Some of these will be really hard.
Your canvases today all want a world-renowned painting permanently tattooed on their skin. From Starry Night to The Birth of Venus to The Scream, these paintings are some of the most recognizable in the world.
Fine art paintings have hundreds of hours worth of layering of paint. Replicating that into a tattoo is a nightmare.
You must perfectly replicate your painting down to the brushstroke, using consistency to capture the details and its overall essence. In this elimination tattoo, you must tattoo head-to-head against one other artist.
Oh, God damn it.
Giving an apples-to-apples comparison. Perfect. One of you will win, and one of you will lose.
I'm finishing up some of these blues in here, kind of doing these lighter tones. My strategy is to try to keep the main elements in the painting that I feel represent the painting. The only thing that I'm going to move is going to be the moon over into the center of the painting, just so I can get all of the elements that need to be in this. How you doing, girl?
She's over it.
Loving it?
She's not liking me, you know?
I didn't want Starry Night because this thing looks like a crazy house of blue tones and yellow tones. I don't even know how this person did it with a brush, much less how I'm gonna duplicate this with a tattoo machine. Some things just don't work for tattoos.
Today, you had to replicate a fine work of art. Each of you tattooed head-to-head with another artist, and we will directly compare your work. One artist will win, and one artist will lose. Cruiseman, you went head-to-head with Eric.
You did do a great job creating the texture of this painting, but there's zero consistency in the sky.
The most crucial thing about the composition of the painting really is that swirl in the center. I was surprised you left that out.
The most important part for her was the crazy whacked out tree in the side.
You've just kind of invented your own sky. It's called Starry Night. Not a lot of consistency in the translation. Eric, you chose to change the composition of this to fit the ribcage, is that correct?
Yeah, I tried to take the center of the painting, the town, the tree, and the swirl, but I also felt that the moon in the corner needed to be in there as well. So that was really the only object in the painting that I actually moved.
You made some smart decisions in terms of adapting this composition to the part of the body, and you did completely do the swirls in the sky.
But the one thing that Cruiseman did really well is captured those little short, hard slaps of paint strokes. You have a lot of smooth, blended areas of color. You didn't really capture the feel of this particular painting.
We got to debate a win.
Eric definitely translated the painting in a more faithful way. He picked up on the swirls. What I'm missing is there's something limpid in the execution, something flat. Cruiseman's really has an energy.
If you had your strokes and his chosen layout, it would be great.
I think neither of them look exactly like the painting.
Well, that's true.
So in that sense, I feel that there's not a winner.
It's level. Why should one of you guys get a win?
The judges have decided that there is no winner in this head-to-head battle. To earn your spot in the finale, you must first survive a tattoo marathon. Each of you will create one design for the marathon. What? The subject and style are completely up to you. Then, all of you must tattoo your design and the 3 other designs created by your competitors, creating 4 head-to-head comparisons. You have 90 minutes to tattoo each design, one after another, on the same canvas. But there is one more thing you should know. Since art is blind and has no gender, your art must speak for itself. Because today, all of your tattoos will be judged blind.
Damn. And we're ready to rock and roll.
Here we go.
Those circles and straight lines, you know, aren't my best friend, that's for sure.
This is a difficult ask. To get those circles and to get those straight lines requires a lot of technical skill.
Come over to cheat, see how you're doing.
Yeah, you are. Cheater.
The little detail lines where it looks like it's being engraved, they don't have to be put in. I'm not gonna put them in.
You didn't outline those?
No, no. Why would I give myself that extra job?
No. Dude, Danny took all the lines out. It's this line, these lines, just shaded them.
I can't believe that mother came over here. That pisses me off so bad, dude.
3, 2, 1. That's it. Time is up. Get ready for the next tattoo.
Oh my gosh, okay.
1 down, 3 to go.
Next up is Jason's design. Woo! And your time starts now.
Jesus Christ. It's like you can't even piss.
New school, new school.
Today's a tattoo party.
Yeah, right, man. Glad to help. I designed this tattoo to be difficult to do, and it's turning out that it's even difficult for myself to do in 90 minutes.
You finished that outline yet? Almost. Sorry I'm not talking more. We don't have enough time to talk.
Jason's ink bottle is just a lot to try to do in 90 minutes. So I'm just gonna try to make sure it's got solid blacks to bold color. I'm not really gonna worry about too many fancy tricks because we don't have time for that.
This is one of those that you potentially might not finish.
What is life right now? Jesus. Dude, if I'm the only one struggling right now, I'm gonna be so pissed.
3, 2, 1. That's it. Time is up. Get ready for your next tattoo in the marathon.
Nope. She looks sick.
Next up is Jake's design.
Jump up real quick.
And your time starts now.
Here we go.
This one has like a lot of like little intricate things. If you it up, it's obvious.
I intentionally put a lot of line work in this design to kind of some people up, especially Danny. She tattoos pretty slow.
Oh, this is so infuriating. I can't believe these thought these could be done in an hour and a half.
I'm starting to abandon what I do, which is good technical, because I feel like everybody's just moving so much faster than me. Who's got the best technical in the group? The person who doesn't tattoo the fastest.
I wanted to do that little thing gold, too.
This doesn't look like I tattooed it, and it's not good.
3,
It's like it goes faster each
2,
time.
1. That's it. Time is up. Get ready for your next tattoo in the marathon.
It's good to go.
Nice.
What did you do on yours? Did you take out a lot of detail, or did you keep all the same detail?
Go look at it.
No, I don't have time.
The last tattoo in the marathon is Laura's design, and your time starts now.
1 more to go, dude.
Number 4, here we go. There's absolutely no room for error. Everything has to be perfect.
Can't wait to see how it turns out.
I think the people in this competition that aren't very comfortable with new school might end up dropping the ball on this little skull dude. This is it, boys and girls. Bring it.
Today, the artist had to survive a tattoo marathon.
This is the most nervous I think I've been so far.
The time limit, man.
Today just shows what you can do under the most pressure in the least amount of time.
Not great.
Let's see how they did.
I feel like I'm about to throw up.
First up is Danny's illustrative black and gray design. Very simple. You got circles, you got lines.
It's a sad face.
Let's take a look at the first tattoo.
That's mine.
There's problems on this thing. It's not a perfect circle at the top. The exterior line goes flat.
The soft shading looks really nice, but the solid black areas don't look super solid.
I'm willing to say that I don't think Danny tattooed this.
This is technically the most difficult one to pull off.
Let's look at the next one.
Oh, it's mine.
I like the way the top of the key shaded.
And the areas that are circles appear more circular.
But the way they leave the pupil of the eye white, very strange.
It was an artistic choice.
Let's move on to the third tattoo.
That's mine.
This is the best one we've seen so far. Look at the way the eye's shaded, way better than the last one. The shading in the top of the key, way smoother. I think this is Danny's.
We'll see.
Let's move on to the fourth one.
This perfect hollow round negative space all the way around the circle of the key doesn't give any dimension.
It's just a bunch of light gray that doesn't get super smooth.
Ooh.
Let's look at all four of the same tattoo together.
Number 3 is the best one, I would say.
Yeah, number 3.
Now I'm ready to be the bottom of all the rest.
If you're gonna win any of them, it's best to win on your own.
Yeah, I think so too.
Next up is Jason's new school design.
It leaves a lot open to see what people do.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
you
know
can
what I
tattoo
mean?
this a bunch of different ways.
Let's get into the first tattoo.
Oh, that's mine.
I mean, good application, but if you're gonna hit new school, you can't just have green and light green. You gotta have a contrasting color.
Because I had plenty of time to do that.
Let's move on to the second tattoo.
Oh, it's mine.
What happened to this one? This thing just looks dirty.
Why does that yellow stop and go to open skin in the mouth when the eyes are solid green inside?
I didn't have enough time.
Moving along.
That one's mine.
From a distance, the color glow looks cool, but that mouth, not clean saturation at all.
Do you think this is a time issue? Like they spent all their time trying to outline these things and then couldn't finish the color?
Talk about dropping the ball on that one, Jason.
Let's look at the fourth one. Let's see if there's a redeeming one in here.
Good luck, dude. Here we go.
The outline on this one is rough everywhere in the teeth. The mouth of this thing got away from everybody.
That's crazy.
Nothing connects anywhere.
That's a lot of work to do in that amount of time.
Sorry, everybody.
Let's take a look at all four of these tattoos together.
Tattoo number 1's looking better all of a
That
sudden.
thing looks amazing right now. 2, 3, and 4, to me, they're all in the same boat. This whole round right here are not good.
Damn, my design everybody up.
Let's take a look at Laura's new school design.
Definitely leaves some interpretation to be done with this line drawing, for sure.
Let's take a look at the first tattoo.
Oh, that's mine.
If you look at the outlines on the tips of the mohawk, look at the points, look at the wobbly lines.
Somebody was in a hurry.
You think?
Let's look at the next one.
Oh, that's mine.
Everything has a nice balance between the green, the magenta, the purple. I like the light source on the brow. This is a well-executed
Night and
tattoo.
day from what we just saw.
Third tattoo.
There's a lot of line discrepancies in this big, bold outline on the mohawk. There's not really a lot of saturated black inside the divots or the darker areas on the side of the skull. The blue's not really standing out properly.
I still like my tattoo.
Let's move on to the fourth tattoo.
There's a lot of problems connecting the tips of all of the points to the mohawk. This mohawk detail on this thing is killing everybody. They need to paint the mohawk one solid color instead of trying to do fades and do all this stuff. It eats the clock.
Let's look at all four of the same tattoos.
Number 1 is the bottom.
Number 2 for me, all around, is the top.
You won over my design again.
Next up is Jake's color neo-traditional design. Lucky dragon's foot, Chris.
I like the posture of the claws.
Let's look at the first tattoo.
Simple color palette is nice. The line work looks smooth. Make it clean and simple. I think that's a smart move. Overall, pretty sharp.
Let's move on to the second tattoo.
Oh, that's mine.
I don't like this one too much. It gets a little muddy. There's also a lot of outline problems on this thing.
Opted to not put in those rope lines.
It would have helped because the unparalleled lines stand out like a sore thumb.
Let's take a look at the third one.
Here we go.
It's a smart color plate to have a contrasting color from the top to the bottom, and then a different color for the rope to intertwine so nothing gets lost.
It is more legible than the one we just saw.
Let's look at the fourth one.
In that fitting where the claw's going into, that black with that yellow pounded over it with then that white looks messy. That does not look clean. That isn't doing anybody any favors here.
Jason does not feel good right now.
Let's compare all four of these.
Well, the ones with the right color palette look the strongest, like number 1.
I'm gonna say that Jake did the first one, just because.
That's the one that looks like the person that knew what they were doing?
Exactly. This week, you had to survive a tattoo marathon. While each of you had high points in the marathon, all of you also had low points. However, in this competition, you must always be at the top of your game. Based on your work in the tattoo marathon, no one is safe.
This is gonna be interesting.
Today, you must tattoo Japanese cranes.
I have studied Japanese this entire time up to this competition. The only thing I did not study was a Japanese crane.
See that coming?
A crane is difficult because it's this long, elegant bird, and it's always standing in the water, and it looks beautiful, and if it doesn't have the kind of grace that they're depicted in, then you flop.
The rice field down at the bottom, the crane, and maybe like a mountain.
Rice field. I'm trying to picture this design. It's a lot. Just trying to make sure composition-wise it's gonna flow well. His calf is about the size of my forearm. There's not a lot of real estate here, so I'm gonna have to try to remove some of these items. Do you want it swings open, about to take flight, or just like stagnant?
I don't want it to take flight at all, no.
Okay. It's too stiff of an image. If I can just open this crane up, I can really shape the calf, but if I can't, I might be screwed.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are really confused right now, like we have to do Japanese tattoos.
They didn't really specify if they wanted it traditional or not, because the tattoos are a little bit different than the art.
They only said Japanese crane, and the only reason that they said it's Japanese is to determine what type of crane that we were gonna be tattooing. It doesn't make it a Japanese tattoo. I feel like I really targeted the people that I wanted to target. I could definitely kill 2 cranes with 1 stone here.
Yeah, it's the last 5, and I'm a major competitor in this house. Like, nobody's been able to, like, really stump me up yet, you know?
Oh, shit. Is that why they gave this to you? Is this the most painful spot?
They gave it to me because it's a painful spot, and you asked for a lot of things.
I did, really?
I love tattooing so much. It's one of those things where I can just shut out the world. As a child, I used to just go to my room, shut everybody out, and I would just draw for hours. It was my outlet for a lot of emotions and pain that I had to deal with. Bob definitely screwed me over hard, but I'm not gonna let your shot land at all, buddy.
As far as what I know how to do in tattooing, Japanese is the one that's still cloudy for me. I can't afford to show anybody in the room that I don't know what I'm doing. I have to act like I'm cool.
I got a lot to do.
It's hard to see the forest for the trees when I'm this deep in the weeds.
I'm gonna do some just like light black and gray wash to build out those clouds a little bit, and then put the yellow in the beaks, a little bit of color in the eye. 50 minutes to do all of that.
More than enough, right?
Yeah! Swimming in extra time.
There's a feeling of fear and doubt that comes with being targeted.
I hope I didn't up any bird rules that I don't know about.
The whole point behind Bob's skull pick today was to keep me busy, and he did. If I go to the bottom, then Bob did his job.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
All right.
Wow. That's amazing. Stressful day?
Yeah, from here, it's absolutely awesome.
I was worried we weren't going to finish, but I'm glad we did.
Today, you are being tested on composition, tattooing Japanese cranes. Let's see how you did. Midwest, let's start with you.
I'm terrified.
Jarrell.
The question here for me on composition is that an ant pile? Because the size relationship from that mountain to that sun to the white cap and the bird, there's serious issues with depth. The sun can't be bigger than anything on the whole tattoo that's in the back.
Is that a wind, that scoop that comes back?
I was trying to show off some wind, just to break up the elements.
You have water, you have wind, you have clouds, and tonally, they're all exactly the same. And it's just a lot to take in.
Yeah. There's not a harmony going on with anything in here. The clouds don't really match the water. The water's dramatic, the clouds are bubbly and loose. Today, this did not fly for you.
It's rough, man.
Kelly.
Your tail feathers in this tattoo are beautiful. They're shaded beautifully, but these drawings are weird. Your bird is like a pterodactyl. You have a massive head with a very small body. And when you gnarl up their beaks and gnarl up their heads, you create more of a dinosaur look. The idea here was style and grace. This doesn't hit that look.
Thanks. East, you're next. Jimmy? I actually like this tattoo. It's simple and legible, but that back leg coming out and over the wing, anatomically, it's a little strange.
I just wanted to show more of the leg.
You put a gray cloud next to a gray shaded section of the wing, it looks like that's part of the bird.
It just looks like a third row of feathers. The cloud's not doing anything except disrupting your flow. Composition there is very strange.
That was the nicest one out there.
West, you're up. Angel.
The solid red in the sun, it's very saturated. There's also some nice soft gray areas. But as far as composition goes, it just doesn't lay out. The way the black clouds just bubble on one side and then bubble at the bottom, it doesn't create a flow. It doesn't create something dynamic to make the piece more legible.
What is up with that wing? How many directions can those feathers flow?
You're talking about the right one or the left one?
The one in front that has feathers going this way and that way and this way and that way. I mean, it's your focal point. It's the biggest thing in your tattoo is the wing that's staring at me in the face that's completely drawn wrong. That's not what a wing looks like in any bird.
That was rough.
Damn. Bob.
As far as the drawing goes of the two birds, the illustration, the line drawing, I like it. But the way you color this in the bottom pretty much ruins it for me. This murky, muddy, dark green kills this thing.
I did have problems putting that one color into the skin.
The way you end the tattoo is beautiful. How solid that blue is your biggest problem in the tattoo because that bright blue outdoes everything. Great drawing today, but you had technical problems.
All right, guys, time to determine who had the best tattoo of the day. I think that Bob had the greatest composition on paper, and I think he lost it in the application.
We gotta call it like it is. I don't have a tattoo of the day.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but I don't see it.
I'm comfortable with not awarding a win. The judges have decided there is no best tattoo of the day. Duffy, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. I gotta ask, why did the human canvas jury vote Duffy to the bottom?
I didn't. I love my tattoo. It's things I asked for that they found as imperfections.
How hard did you fight and stick up for Duffy?
Just before punching someone in the face. Well, thank you.
Today, you must tattoo a Japanese dragon with water, and you're being judged on legibility. Let's meet your canvases.
Dragon coming out of my rib cage.
Ripping out of the skin?
Yeah, like grabbing him and putting his head out of my rib cage. Yep.
And you're not moving it from your ribs?
Nope.
This guy's
I'm not moving it.
This canvas's ideas are nuts. If this is what he thinks traditional Japanese dragons are, he's loony.
I'm open about a lot of things, but it ain't coming off the ribs.
Okay.
I had lap band surgery.
You had lap band surgery?
I had it done. I lost over 200 pounds.
Can I take a look at your ribs?
Yeah, sure.
Holy crap. A lot of loose skin. The swelling of the skin is going to be immediate. When people lose a lot of weight, their skin becomes very rubbery. It's like thin paper. You can blow a line just by whispering. The biggest thing that I have going against me is your skin.
Of course, you got to overcome and adapt.
Is the skin as bad as you thought it was?
Oh, the skin's bad.
Because I lost the weight, is that why?
Totally, it's been stretched out. I got the worst canvas of the day because the skin is so fragile. If I'm not careful, it's gonna swell up to the point where I can't tattoo it. All right?
Burns so bad.
It's not very fun.
Oh my.
Christian and Clean were clearly out to screw me. I'm a threat, and they're trying to take me out. So I appreciate you fighting through with this.
How you doing, buddy? Starting to get a little rough?
If it wasn't for the burn, I'd be straight, man.
Sausage is totally rattled. I almost feel guilty.
Almost.
I'm pretty sure Sausage is going to eat my face tonight.
Oh, is he angry?
Oh, he's beyond angry. Sausage should be feeling like a little kid because he's going to get spanked today.
Sausage.
The legibility of this tattoo is lost just in the way you shaded it. You put black right up to the edge of the dragon and then black right inside the dragon. The same tones inside the head as there are outside the head. It makes it overall messy.
The problem with skin that has weight loss, it's much harder when it's deflated.
That being said, you do have some anatomy issues. The neck is so thick, and then you really taper down to this thin body. It makes it seem like the head is way in the foreground and the rest of the dragon's way off in the background. Your big downfall is the drawing.
The human canvas jury is deliberating right now, and their vote will put one artist up for elimination. Head back to the loft. One of you is about to pack your machines.
We are here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo. Ours is Sausage.
It's too black. I really can't see the scales, nothing.
Yeah, too much shading.
It's hard to read.
You should have put some color in it.
But then that's the difference between a black and gray and a color tattoo.
But that's a black and dull tattoo then, because it's really dull.
Does this belong in the bottom? Hell no.
Who should be nervous?
I feel extremely nervous today. I think I dropped the ball.
We didn't drop the ball. We threw it in the neighbor's yard.
Now time to find out who the human canvas jury chose.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Sausage, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Ron, why did the human canvas jury vote Sausage to the bottom?
They said it was too dark, and that was it.
I'm sorry, Ron. This is not where I expected to see you
You
at
don't
all.
gotta be sorry about nothing. I was a bad canvas. It hurt.
He took some breaks, and we did the best we could.
I don't see this being a bad tattoo at all. I don't care what anyone says. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Okay, Ron, thanks for joining us, buddy.
See you guys.
Final decision.
Megan's has fallen short for me. It's hard to tell what's going on, and it doesn't hit the real traditional Japanese.
When I look at Megan Jean's tattoo, it appears cleaner to me. My vote is for Sausage. Chris.
Megan Jean.
The judges have decided. Megan Jean, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Today, you will be tattooing portraits.
Holy This is gonna be a really big challenge for me. It's been a long, long time since I've done a portrait.
Wow. What do you think?
I love it.
Oh my.
What do you think?
Wish I looked like that.
I need to prove that I can do other things. It's gonna be a big feat in itself today if I can make it past this point as one of the new school kids.
So do you do much like realism portraits?
I would say almost absolutely not at all.
We decide we're gonna tattoo her on her calf. She's not a big girl, and it's a lot of detail in this small spot. Every wrinkle, every strand of hair, every eyelash is going into this tattoo.
Can't believe the work that goes into this.
I have to at least try to take this home for my family. I can't keep being the bottom of the barrel.
You make sure you tell him if he's doing something wrong.
Kyle's looks like a ball of raisins kind of like smashed together. Is that horrible for me to say? He should be trying to soften her face and just show the main shapes of her face rather than every single wrinkle.
Kyle.
You accurately captured a lot of parts about this lady. If you look at the shading on their nose, it actually has dimension. You actually put the contour in there. But then you went in here and put too much time in every wrinkle. You accentuated the parts of the photo that you kind of don't want to accentuate.
I think your accuracy is one of the stronger points on it. You nailed it, dude. It's a lot more accurate, not to pinpoint Jason, than his glasses. You had a tough one, but I think you did a great job on it, personally.
Jimmy.
Your weak point is you didn't go dark enough in the hair, in the eyes, The beard goes to the jawline. You kind of created some highlights in there that made it look lighter.
One of my biggest fears was to make the tattoo so dark that it looked like a cover-up.
I mean, we see Dave all the time, and his hair's jet black. His eyes are super dark and smoky. And you took some liberties with your accuracy, kind of takes away from what it could have really been.
That's what I first thought, because I was like, that's
You should have trusted it. You ended up doing way more work than you had to.
The human canvas jury is deliberating right now. Their vote will put one of you up for elimination.
We're here to decide who has the worst tattoo.
My artist was Jimmy, and I got a portrait of Dave Navarro.
The hair in the photo looks very large, and in the portrait, it seems much flatter.
It looks like he has highlights. We didn't want to do just a solid black blob for hair.
Because when it comes to accuracy, this one totally looks changed.
Yeah, I would say that's one at the bottom.
My tattoo artist was Kyle, and it was a portrait of my mom.
Her face is more wrinkly.
He aged her way too much. I think he captured all my lines. And
To me, it kind of looks like Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't know what to say.
He should have gave that piece more life.
But you got to understand, he had the most detailed
Definitely.
one.
There's just too much going on to actually see her.
But you don't see that it's her? You're not seeing it's her?
I think it's the worst one, I'm sorry.
I would agree.
I do too. So we've reached a decision.
Kyle, you're here because the human canvas jury voted that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I didn't really expect that. That's the people you're trying to please first, so that sucks.
This tattoo is way too little for all that texture. You don't have enough room to let the tattoo breathe, and that's what made it look so dark.
There's a lot of that's gonna come out. Those creases, they weren't done with solid black at all.
Jason.
You didn't do a horrible tattoo, but when we line it up against everybody else's and look at the accuracy of all these things, the ear, the hair, the glasses, it's those details that are wrong.
I saw my shortcomings on that tattoo, and I know that this is not the best of me.
Jimmy, you won Black and Gray Day, but because this challenge was named portrait, it hindered your Black and Gray. There was a lot of inaccuracies in your portrait. You should have stuck with your gut.
I took some advice from guys in the house, and I went against my better judgment.
The judges have decided. Jason, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Honestly, this was a tough decision. It was not just based on today's tattoo. It was based on the entire competition.
Please pack your machines and close shop. Today, you must all create a biomechanical tattoo.
And he's gonna judge it.
That's the scary part.
Having the godfather of biomech judge my tattoos, it puts so much pressure on you.
I don't do biomechanical. I'm absolutely terrified right now.
This is not gonna be fun.
Biomechanical tattoos are free-flowing forms that either grow or come together in a mechanical, organic way.
Detail is really important in biomechanical tattoos because it enhances all the little tiny crevices and gives it that pop to make it that much more exciting.
You know Aaron Kane's here, so you better take your time on a biomech piece.
A good idea.
When I do a rib tattoo, I attack. I go after it, I do it as big and bold as I can. I know I'm a proficient, solid tattooer, I'm technically sound, and I'm gonna kick some ass today.
It's a big piece, especially on the ribs.
I always go ballistic.
Eric.
My favorite part of this tattoo is the readability. The composition is really strong. You got the biomech elements just right. The contrast you got from the monochromatic background, and then those red elements in the foreground really gives it a punch. Overall, good work.
Thank you.
Mark.
There's a bunch of cool elements, but it's like you got a big box of biomech parts and you try to arrange them inside of this little pill-shaped area that doesn't really fit the body. So you have all these different elements that are just kind of plugged together, but they don't ever flow together. It's just kind of jumbled a little bit.
We also have the human canvas jury voting for the tattoo that they think is the worst.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
That's my tattoo. My artist was Eric. He put way too much of that green color in there. He shouldn't have done that at all.
It looks too aquatic for me.
Exactly. His line work was good except for the gears. I could see...
Only for the gears is where it really gets pretty bad.
This is my tattoo. Mark was my tattoo artist. I'm very happy with the piece.
It's like too much of the same color down below.
Once it heals up, you're definitely gonna see more of the detailed work in the black shading.
The whole right side's kind of lost, and in the bottom, there's no shading where it's supposed to be sunk in.
You can't really tell what's going on.
With this tattoo, you're like, wait, what is it?
I feel like Mark's is better than Eric's. Eric added way too much color. I feel like my line work is a lot better with my gears compared to your line.
Your gears are nicer, but I think the actual biomechanical part of mine is nicer line work and design feature.
I feel like you're nitpicking with mine because my artist gave me the gears that I wanted. He gave me the colors I wanted.
I'm not disagreeing with you by any means. I feel your artist did what you wanted. It's not exactly what I wanted, so I mean, my guy does belong further down than yours.
Do we all agree?
Yes.
Eric, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. You surprised?
I'm lost for words, to be honest with you. I thought I was doing a great tattoo, solid biomechanical, so I'm pissed off.
We don't always agree with the canvas jury.
It's my favorite tattoo. In my book, you're great.
You are not at a risk of going home.
You made my day.
Welcome back, Sausage.
Thank you.
This week, you are calling the shots.
Oh, okay, come on, let's do it.
What is the next elimination tattoo?
Today, we're gonna be tattooing my favorite comic book characters.
Oh, I knew it.
The catch is, you have to capture your canvas's likeness in the comic book character.
Oh, man. Morphing the canvases into superheroes? I'm not a nerd. I don't tattoo this kind of crap on people.
All right, Sausage, have a seat.
This challenge is specifically designed to test you at the drawing table. This will definitely separate the veterans from the rookies.
Hey. Oh, so you didn't go small.
Megan and Christian got it out for me. I am screwed on this chasing the fame superhero. I have to do a whole back piece for all the crap that this guy wants to put in this thing. Oh my God. Megan and Christian are on my list.
3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
It's the moment of truth. Oh yeah, they came out on point.
Clean's tattoo is ugly, it's ridiculous, and it doesn't follow the credentials of being a superhero. Bye. It's time to go home.
Gangsters, man. I'm loving it.
Clean. What comic book character did your canvas want to be?
Want to chasing the fame? This is a hard one. I'm just not a fan of the drawing of this tattoo. There's areas of technical ability that's just same old clean approach. Big areas of solid color, well applicated. But really, when it comes down to the fundamentals of the drawing of this thing, I just don't like it. I don't like the girl's hand that's wadded up on his thigh. I don't like her feet. It's rough.
The human canvas jury is deliberating right now, and their vote will put one artist up for elimination, and the canvas will be here to tell us why.
Today, we are here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
It's my tattoo. My artist was clean.
Doesn't look like a superhero.
Looks like a guy wearing a suit with a cape.
I don't get cape, I get trench coat from that.
Yeah, she doesn't look happy to be in your arms.
Yeah, she's confused right now.
I think she looks sexy.
Her nipples are so weird.
She's supposed to have huge breasts. She got a bad boob job. I just wanted something different.
Well, it's different.
My tattoo is the and I don't think my artist should be in the bottom, period.
Clean missed the mark.
It's time to find out who the human canvas jury chose. Clean. You're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I don't agree with that at all.
Jay, why did the jury vote clean to the bottom?
They just said overall I didn't look like a superhero. I was just shocked. I had no idea that I would end up being down here.
Was the jury voting based on the superhero aspect of this or the technical way in which the tattoo was applied into the skin?
Not the technicality, yeah, just overall the look.
The idea?
Yes. In my opinion, I think it does look like a superhero. I love it, man.
Jay, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
I tried to give him exactly what he wanted, so my guy's chasing the fame, being a lady killer.
All right, it's time to decide. Clean, you're not going anywhere today. To survive the first elimination, you must tattoo whatever your canvas wants.
Dude.
But that is not all.
What?
Your canvases are very familiar with this competition. because they've all been tattooed on past seasons of Ink Master.
Wow. God damn. That sucks.
That means they know exactly what they want and what they don't want.
That's crazy, man.
You good? This is crazy. She's twitching, she's moving. I feel like I'm in the back of a pickup truck trying to do this tattoo right now. Stop. There is no way I'm gonna let this bitch be the reason I'm going home.
Duffy. This is a really cute, solid tattoo.
Nice clean line work, the black shading, creating the contrast, blending out smoothly to the color, looks very solid, shows your ability to do all the necessary requirements.
Thank you.
The Human Canvas jury is deliberating right now. Their vote will put one artist up for elimination, and the canvas will be here to tell us why, in person.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo. My artist was Duffy.
It just looks squashed and compressed.
It's supposed to be chubby.
It has a goatee.
I have a goatee.
It looks like it has a goatee. That's her hair, right?
Yeah, the gray streak, because I have a gray
She has
streak.
a comb over. Here's where we're gonna start butting heads with yours. There's so many little things.
There's so many little
but
things
I
with
think it
yours,
adds
too.
up more because you have less detail in yours, so it's more noticeable.
You have a cartoon squished squirrel.
Well, you have a cherub
Don't
with
try
a
to
head.
make stuff
Like,
up because yours is the worst of the day.
Who thinks Duffy has the worst tattoo of the day?
I'm good with
Raise
that.
your hands.
I'm good with that.
There you go. All right?
The Human Canvas jury has deliberated. Let's see what they decided. Duffy, you're here because the Human Canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. I gotta ask, why did the Human Canvas jury vote Duffy to the bottom?
I didn't. I love my tattoo. It's things I asked for that they found as imperfections.
How hard did you fight and stick up for Duffy?
Just before punching someone in the face.
Well, thank you.
What other tattoos were considered as a bottom?
Brian's was very hard to read. Also, a huge nose for what you could not tell was a mask.
Well, I gotta tell you, had I been in that jury with you, Duffy wouldn't be standing down here.
I know that I didn't sit so still, and she went out of her way to try and make me comfortable, make me happy.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations on your new tattoo.
It's shocking to me that a cutesy little bug-eyed squirrel took out Odin, a phoenix, and a devilish portrait.
Final decision?
Brian.
Chris?
Brian.
The judges have decided. Brian, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.
I'd be upset with your tattoo if it was on my throat, but I could probably deal with it. With yours, I might be pissed off.
Remember, artists, after the elimination tattoo, the Human Canvas jury will vote on the tattoo that they think is the worst and put one artist up for elimination. You may now consult with your human canvases. Then you will have 6 hours to complete your super villain tattoo. Based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
Dude, I don't know what angle you went on this one, man, but I'm pumped on this.
I just thought about it. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna win, it's gonna be because I did some sick. New school this thing up, buddy. I'll just watch you freaking enjoy your way out of this competition.
You gonna do it that size? Jesus. Yeah. Why? No, I'm just saying that's big for 6 hours.
Jimmy Litwalk's doing another Jimmy Litwalk tattoo. It's a cartoon, not a comic. I would try and make that more dynamic. It just looks a little flat. No. I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do and not do the challenge like you're supposed to. I don't know, I can't argue with you on drawing, so.
I've been tattooing for 20 years. I don't really care about Joey's opinion. I got this. I take what I do know of Poison Ivy and create my own version of what this character is. I don't necessarily know that new skill's ever going to come up in the challenges, but I figure this is about the closest thing that I'm going to get to really put it out there. So this is my style of tattooing. So for me, I'm in a good running to win this challenge.
Wow.
Love it?
I love it. I really do.
He screwed the pooch. He did not follow the challenge. He took a comic book style tattoo. He did a beautiful new school tattoo. Okay, Jimmy, did you come here just to get more new school business, or did you come here to compete?
Jimmy.
As a guy who draws poison ivy, I think it missed the mark. She should be a seductress. She's not drawing me in.
I don't draw it every day, so that's your area.
Well, that's why I'm here, I assume. You missed in capturing the essence of this character.
Bottom line is I'm 100% happy with what I turned out.
This is a game. This is not a comic book tattoo. Today, DC Comic Day.
I executed the tattoo, I did what I did, and I stand behind it.
So we're here today to decide which artist gave the worst tattoo.
My artist was Jimmy, and this is Poison Ivy.
Honestly, I feel like I can pee more colors than that tattoo has. It looks like a green blob.
Her boobs are weird. Like, if you look at her left shoulder, it's way back here, yet her left boob is like out here.
It looks like the Jolly Green Giant's daughter. He decided to deviate from the challenge, which was a comic book challenge. Has anybody seen a comic book that looks anything like this? No.
That's a good
He
point.
did try to make it into his own character.
Personally, I feel like it was the worst.
Wait till yours goes up, buddy.
So the human canvas jury has come to a decision.
Jackie, Jason, Jimmy, any one of you could justifiably be sent home. Jimmy, you're here because the human canvas jury voted that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I stand behind my tattoos. Not everyone's gonna like what I do, but I've been doing it for 20 years.
But you can't stylize something to the point where it's unrecognizable. This is not Poison Ivy. It's a cutesy little cartoony green creature. You've missed the essence.
Can't make everyone happy.
Remember, artists, after the elimination tattoo, the human canvas jury will vote on the tattoo that they think is the worst and put one of you up for elimination. You have the rest of the evening to consult with your human canvases. Tomorrow, you will have 6 hours to complete your portrait tattoo. Based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
There are a lot of moles back here.
I know. My question is, if it's not the back, what do you suggest?
You got things on your legs at all?
No.
I would probably suggest legs, I guess.
My canvas wants a tattoo on her back, but it is moly back there. I need to tattoo her somewhere else.
Who won the Flash Challenge, Jimmy?
Yes.
I guess he screwed you, huh?
If she's gonna stick to her guns, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll end up with the portrait of her mother on my leg. We decide we're gonna tattoo her on her calf. She's not a big girl, and it's a lot of detail in this small spot. Every wrinkle, every strand of hair, every eyelash is going into this tattoo.
Can't believe the work that goes into this.
I have to at least try to take this home for my family. I can't keep being the bottom of the barrel.
You make sure you tell him if he's doing something wrong.
Kyle's looks like a ball of raisins kind of like smashed together. Is that horrible for me to say? He should be trying to soften her face and just show the main shapes of her face rather than every single wrinkle.
Oh, Kyle, I love it. Oh, man. I love you. I love you too. Oh, it's perfect.
Kyle.
You accurately captured a lot of parts about this lady. If you look at the shading on her nose, it actually has dimension. You actually put the contour in there. But then you went in here and put too much time in every wrinkle. I definitely wasn't the only one to say Leatherface when I looked at this tattoo.
I had to show accuracy.
I think your accuracy is one of the stronger points on it. You nailed it, dude. It's a lot more accurate not to pinpoint Jason than his glasses. You had a tough one, but I think you did a great job on it personally.
We're here to decide who has the worst tattoo.
My tattoo artist was Kyle, and it was a portrait of my mom.
Her face is more wrinkly.
He aged her way too much.
I think he captured me, all my lines, and
To me, it kind of looks like Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't know what to say.
He should have gave that piece more life.
But you gotta understand, he had the most detailed
Definitely.
one.
Just too much going on to actually see her.
But you don't see that it's her? You're not seeing it's her?
I think it's the worst one, I'm sorry.
I would agree.
I do too. So we've reached a decision.
Jimmy, Jason, Kyle, the three of you were slightly off, and any one of you could justifiably be sent home. Kyle, you're here because the human canvas jury voted that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I didn't really expect that. That's the people you're trying to please first, so That sucks.
This tattoo is way too little for all that texture. You don't have enough room to let the tattoo breathe, and that's what made it look so dark.
Remember, artists, after the elimination tattoo, the human canvas jury will vote on the tattoo that they think is the worst and put one artist up for elimination. You will have 6 hours to create a cover-up. Based on your work, 2 of you will be closing shop. Good luck.
Like a barbed wire and ribbon coming down, flowers. Somewhere I'd like to put a cross, but then I want my boys' names and my grandson's name.
Okay. All the things she wants in this tattoo is killing me.
Pretty much the same thing what I drew on you.
Is there any way that you can move him over and take the Gavin here off and then do like side ribbons?
I really don't like this. The last thing I need right now is a headache.
This is his son. I wondered kind of where I could put the kids under him.
There's no way to try and peg that in.
Stop hindering me with your ideas.
I've been doing this for a while, and I have to do this to where it actually works.
I got a bad canvas, man.
King Ruck.
I mean, how would you?
There's a bunch of different ways you could approach that. A nice black and blue rose could have been the cover-up. The horseshoes could have been behind it and banners under it.
I've had some bum canvases. There's 60+ years of tattooing sitting at this table. You cannot tell me about a canvas.
We're here to determine the worst tattoo of the day.
That is my tattoo. My artist was King Ruck.
I know that tattoo because I had it before, too. You still see the lines. Look in the horseshoes. The lines are still there.
Yeah, you can still see the lines. I'm not pleased at all. The horseshoes, to me, look like cartoon magnets. The rose is pointed way down.
Not to really piss you off, but I'm going to. That tattoo sucks.
He didn't even listen to anything I said.
Yeah, that sucks. Guys, do we have a decision?
Definitely. Without a doubt.
Today, we tested your adaptability with a cover-up tattoo. King Ruck, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I know what I did. Of course, it's not my best tattoo, but I know that I'm a good tattoo artist.
The judges have decided King Ruck, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. You have 6 hours to complete your glute tattoo. Remember, if your technical application isn't flawless, you'll be packing your machines. And your time starts now. Let's do this.
I'm kind of going for a pinup alien almost.
Are you down for like new school style?
I love school, actually.
That's me though.
Really?
Yeah, cuz.
Oh my God, that's what I was hoping for.
Holy, I'm so happy I finally get to do a bomb-ass new school tattoo like I'm used to doing at home.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Robbie's alien is very mangled, very chewed up. The skin has gone through a lot of trauma. I'm sure this client is not going to be up for very much more wear and tear.
Robbie and Mark.
Well, Robbie, the main thing here is your technical application. You caused a lot of damage to this lady's skin. There is so many areas that are just abrasively overworked.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo. Robbie did the alien, and Mark did the girl. Looks like 2 different scenarios.
It doesn't look like one piece.
Exactly.
I think Robbie could have spread out the picture a little bit more. It looks like everything's just smushed.
It looks like you skinned your butt cheek. It was very rough. It hurts. But he was a great artist to be with. Like, he was very friendly.
Friendly ain't gonna win you the competition. Have we reached our decision?
Yes. Absolutely.
Robbie.
This is a huge mistake, a huge hiccup, and I'm begging for forgiveness at this moment. I mean, I showed you way better technical application in the tattoo I did after this because I made mistakes in this one, and I didn't go back to those.
This is a major misfire. Major.
This isn't what I do. This isn't who I am. I just want one more chance to make this right.
Calm down, brother. Breathe.
Just have a moment.
Robbie, don't beg, just fight.
The judges have decided. Robbie, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop. You will have 6 hours to tattoo your canvas's spine. Based on your work, one of you will close shop. Good luck.
My canvas wants a double helix DNA strand in full color.
How big are you looking to do it?
Down the spine.
Down the whole spine?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm gonna finish that within 6 hours. If I do a full spine, by the time I get to here, I'm gonna have to rush.
Always fun when you have sunburn, then the skin gets my needle. I gotta deal with it all the time. I'm on the beach.
My canvas wants a Polynesian hawk on shoulder blade to shoulder blade. All the surfer bros want that stuff, and I do a lot of it. I'm stoked.
I've been tattooing for 20 years. I'm anything but slow.
Nobody can take out the funky long neck. I'm back.
Mark, how'd you feel about being teamed up against Aaron?
Well, I know he's really a good tattoo artist, so I know it's gonna be a good challenge.
You did show finesse by taking the old image of the sun and incorporating the light rays to the bird. It wasn't senseless background, it actually had meaning behind it.
Chris.
All these little bars that go across are not parallel, and there's a lot of inconsistencies. The bottom spiral is just out of whack.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
That one's my tattoo. My artist was Mark.
Your eyes get drawn right to the flaws of the wings.
The wings are going through the clouds, and it doesn't even match up on either side.
Yeah, it's not cohesive throughout the wall.
Yeah, it's so not.
The symmetry is really bothering me in this one.
I just wish he did a straight tribal with clouds behind the hawk.
This is Chris's tattoo.
The molecules look like tapeworms.
I think it looks warped, like some of the pieces are stretched out. I don't like the design. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Giving Chris 100 grand after this? There's no way.
Do we all agree?
Yes.
Today you faced off tattooing your canvas's spines. Chris, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I didn't think the canvas jury would have picked me.
You continually still make choices that set yourself up for failure.
It was just a poor design choice, and I take full responsibility for that. I can compete with the top guys here.
You definitely need a win, man.
Mark.
Had you have at least put that little inference of the right wing coming off the body, it wouldn't have looked so out of line.
Just really wanted to have that wow factor and just always want to do the best tattoo. I think it's a really cool design.
It's one step away, and I know it's easy to say sitting from this side.
I just went balls to the wall and just tried to do this big, awesome tattoo. That's what I always do. It's just not a safe play here at this competition.
Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to show detail with Egyptian tattoos. And your time begins now.
What'd you do?
You know. What? Eric gave me the design, and he put me up against Chris, who's been doing this for a long time. I don't even know what to do here. I hate not having enough time to, like, get something drawn that I like.
Don't cry. Don't freak out.
I don't get it. Eric should be trying to hook me up since he's my mentor, but he just threw me under the bus.
You get a chance to talk to Marisa. She's lost her mind, huh?
There's no crying in tattooing. Get your head straight. If you're not going to be able to battle against me, then go home.
Marisa, MV, and Chris went head-to-head tattooing the Sphinx. Marisa, let's start with you. Where I'm having trouble is the shading in the face. It's like it's got a mouthful of marbles. The little detail at the top of the headdress, what is that?
Well, it was supposed to be a snake. It was really tiny.
Those kinds of inconsistencies are throwing my eye in terms of having this thing look like a three-dimensional statue.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo. My tattoo artist was Marisa.
Why does he have Elvis Presley lips? Like, his lip is like, like, thank you very much.
Her proportions are obviously off completely.
It definitely shows that she didn't care.
Today, you had to take ancient images and translate them to skin. It's time to find out who the human canvas jury determined had the worst tattoo of the day.
Oh.
Marisa, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
Sucks.
Why did the jury vote Marisa to the bottom?
It's the lack of the detail and everything kind of not proportionate.
Did you vote for this tattoo as the worst of the day?
Yes, I did.
I showed it to you, and you said you liked it.
At the beginning, when I looked in the mirror, I was in love with it. Eventually, I could see some of the minor details that just weren't quite there.
Damn.
We appreciate you coming down here, Dan.
Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy, thank you. Artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo a koi fish as good as Mike Rubendall's. And your time begins now.
Here we go. I definitely don't want water.
At all, period?
Yeah, no. I want him to blossom out of flowers, not water.
My canvas is not only picky, but lacks common sense.
Why you don't like the water?
Just looks cheesy.
That looks cheesy.
Yeah, it's not moving in my body.
Koi fish are in water. You don't see koi fish tattoos without water.
So no way I can talk you into adding some water, just a little bit.
No.
We can't get no understanding. I feel like I'm talking to a toddler.
But what if I draw it on here and just let you take a look and see if you might like it?
You can if you want to, but I don't want water.
I don't know how they handle this.
I'm so freaking out.
Why?
It's just a tattoo and it's gonna hurt. It's a needle.
Damn, she wants this on her ribs. Can she take it?
How are you gonna do the water wave?
No, you say you want it coming from the outside going into the fish?
Well, somewhat.
Everything that she prefers is against what I'm trying to do.
That fish is bigger than what we...
No, it's it. This is the original size. I'm gonna shrink it.
Can he have one whisker?
Right now, mentally, I'm losing it.
I'll let you take a look at it. Like where it's at?
It looks weird. He just looks lonely there.
I'm exhausted. She's having me change this and change that.
That's good.
It's right on the blade, though.
You got your other shoulder blade tattooed already.
At home, I own my own shop. If I don't want to do it, I send them on their way.
You relax. Put your shoulders down.
I got my back against the wall, and I'm having to compromise.
Now I feel like I just have a hole in the back.
Hole? All right, take a look at that.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's get it popping, girl.
Oh my God, stop.
Bam.
It'll make me feel better.
We ain't got a whole lot of time, so I gotta get on it.
Oh my God, my poor back. I'm not happy with it. It looks like pee. Like the fish is peeing. What kind of is that?
This bitch is crazy. Like, I can't figure out how to please her.
You're telling me that doesn't look like a puddle right now?
It's a water splash.
Looks like my niece drew it.
Well, don't insult me, man.
I have to live with this, and you're not paying for my removal.
I'm gonna fix it.
Now, they made it this far, and I've been having all these nutty-ass canvases all this time. She's by far the worst.
Yeah, take a look at that.
This is BS right now. Like, I pissed. He's too orange, though.
And that's the blood leaking through the yellow.
You and I are not even on the same page right now.
Ain't nobody ever been unpleased with something I did ever my whole life till now. This is plain ignorance.
That looks like a pumpkin and pit.
But I told you your skin irritated, so...
I'm trying to be nice, and I'm just gonna flip your table over. This is on my back. I'm trying to, like, talk to you so we can work together. Your job is to work with me here. It's just gonna make me flip out, you know what I mean?
You gonna have him continue or you gonna have him stop?
I want him to continue.
This is embarrassing. I don't want to go home for this. I cannot let this defeat me.
What about the other flower? What happened?
I had enough time to finish it.
And Keto, your canvas didn't even get you on this one. You got yourself on this one.
Keto.
I know you had a struggle, but man, every centimeter of this tattoo shows that struggle. This line work is piss poor.
She was kicking her feet. Every stroke on that tattoo, she was moving.
The drawing is one of the worst layouts of the day. The shape of the water, totally strange. That top lotus flower looks like an artichoke. There's no redeeming qualities to this tattoo whatsoever.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
That's my tattoo, and the artist was Keto. It looks awful, unfortunately.
Nothing melds together. It's all kind of like a collage.
It looks like a 5-year-old drew it.
The blue water looks like another leaf.
He told me it was a good idea to add some waves so it could look more realistic.
Those waves don't look realistic.
That was the biggest mistake, was to listen to his idea. He told me, trust him. He has 10 years experience. Back up your work, because definitely it's not there. Just looks so bad.
Today, you had to show crisp, perfect lines tattooing a Japanese koi fish. It's time to find out who the human canvas jury determined had the worst tattoo of the day. Keto, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I think anybody else that would have had to deal with what I dealt with would have probably been down here too.
Excuse me, you messed up my back, and you can't take full responsibility for that ugly tattoo.
I ended up giving in and pretty much letting her coach the whole drawing.
That's not my work. That was all you, and it looks horrible.
What specifically don't you like?
I don't like the lining, the colors, the flower placement.
I don't like the water placement at all. You're dealing with an awful work that you just did on my back that unfortunately I have to live with for like ever.
Okay, now
I don't
like
think
I said,
you're getting that.
I'm just too intelligent, man, for any rebuttal right now. Just leave it at that.
Mary Jean, I hope that you find a solution to this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just trying to finish at some point. I was trying to turn something in.
I don't think that any one of us find any redeeming qualities in this tattoo.
Keto, you let your canvas beat you. If we eliminate the canvas, the fundamentals beat you. So I would have to vote for Keto.
The judges have decided. Keto, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master. Please pack your machines and close shop.
Hold it down, man.
Yeah, man. That's bull to the highest level of bull. I'm getting sent home because this canvas with the IQ of a toddler couldn't agree to a design, picked apart my design, couldn't take the tattoo. I'm pissed the off.
Artists, you have 6 hours to create a trash polka tattoo. And your time begins now.
All right.
Let's do this.
My canvas wants a bunch of random New York.
By far the worst spot. Man, I got the shakes.
Brace yourself. You're getting an easy spot tattooed? Shut the up and let me do what I do.
Dave.
I don't really feel like you went out on a limb trying to compose anything really amazing here.
I think you're a much better technician than an actual table artist. Today is a composition challenge, so that is not going to win it for you.
Tyler.
Looking at the tattoo, it is very busy, but at the same time, when I look at composition, if it's interesting, I can overlook mistakes. But the Empire State Building's line, pretty strange. That outline gets a little crazy.
I had to hold that kid down.
We always compliment you on your application, and this one, some of the line work just gets away.
I wasn't trying to go for clean. I wanted to go for like that messy punk rock.
And here, always go for clean.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo, and my artist was Tyler. The image was just photoshopped and traced onto my leg. It really wasn't original.
I think it's too busy. I think from a distance, I wouldn't know what that was.
That Statue of Liberty looks like crap.
All he did was Google Statue of Liberty, Googled Empire State Building, copy, paste.
That's my tattoo. My artist was Dave.
To me, it just feels simple.
I feel like with Trash Polka, you can't go basic.
I think that this should be voted the worst because he had free reign to do whatever he wanted, and he took the easy way out.
Yours is way better than mine.
Dave's tattoo is readable, at least.
Today, your composition was put to the test with trash polka tattoos. It's time to find out who the human canvas jury determined had the worst tattoo of the day. Tyler, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day.
I'm 100% surprised.
Everybody pretty much agreed that everything was just very clustered. It's just very unreadable from a distance.
What do you think about it?
I'm unsatisfied with it. The Empire State Building, it just looks so corny and just stenciled.
It's a trash polka tattoo.
Tyler, I mean, this is not personal. I'm just saying the tattoo that I came away with, I'm unsatisfied.
I did the challenge. I like the tattoo.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Kenny.
you, guys.
Appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Tyler, the design itself has a lot of the style that you were asked to do, but pleasing your clients, that is the mindset you have to win this thing and not put yourself up for being at the bottom.
All right, guys, you have 6 hours to show finesse with Victorian throat tattoos, and your time begins now.
Let's do this.
Whoa.
I know.
I'm tattooing a piece of Victorian lace to mimic a dress that her grandmother wore in a wedding photo. I know I can nail this.
You're doing awesome.
Matt.
Overall, the tattoo is dark. From 20 feet away, it looks like a black handkerchief around her neck.
I do know it will lighten up through time.
But your outlines aren't going to straighten out over time. The outlines that are in the swirl patterns, there's a lot of hiccups in those lines. You definitely have considerable blowouts happening near the collarbone of the neck. That's where your lack of finesse is.
Why would you do that straight line across the top? At least give her some little scallops off the top and break it up. It doesn't look soft. It just looks like you slit her throat.
We're here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day. That's my tattoo, and my artist was Matt. I'm upset that it's so dark.
It doesn't help that the line at the top is so solid. It's just like...
To me, lace would be either sheer or see-through.
You can fix it.
Laser. That is my tattoo, and my artist was Cruiseman.
What is the white hole?
We had discussed to have a door. He didn't seem like he wanted to do it. He just figured that he would just make a hole.
He played it safe.
He did.
That's
really
what
did.
he was doing.
I just think he copped out.
I'd be upset with your tattoo if it was on my
Right.
throat, but I could probably deal with it. With yours, I might be pissed off.
Today, you had to use finesse to create a Victorian tattoo on your canvas's throat. It's time to find out who the human canvas jury determined had the worst tattoo of the day. Matt, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Heather, why did the jury vote Matt to the bottom?
I actually also voted for Matt because I thought it would be a lot lighter.
I know that the gray wash will considerably lighten up. Only the areas where I put the deeper blacks will actually stay dark for you.
That's not going to lighten that much. I think Matt's playing this up a little bit, and I feel bad for you. It's going to be a dark triangle.
Matt, I completely trusted you, so I was really thrown off when I saw how dark it was.
It makes me feel terrible to stand here and know that you're not happy.
Heather, thank you so much for coming down and joining us today.
Thank you.
Matt, I'll tell you outright, it looks like she's just got a black hole in her neck.
It was my intention to make it look like she had a really nice piece of jewelry.
The tattoo for me is very off-putting. It's so much hard work, man. It's a shame for it to have gotten away.
All right, guys. Sarah Miller challenged you to tattoo a surrealistic female. You will have 6 hours to tattoo. Your time starts now.
All right, let's do it. Come over here. Let's do the stencil.
It is, man. As soon as we get done with these buildings, I'm gonna move to her.
My canvas wants a surrealistic setting of Philadelphia being blown apart by a nuclear bomb, along with a girl's face. I'll be using my girlfriend as reference. She's hot. It'll work.
Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, having a good day. This mother might be going home.
Last week, knocked out St. Mark. It would be gigantic if we could take out another veteran. I'm expecting something good here.
All right, mister.
What are you thinking, dude?
Man, I think Alex should have done a different face.
He said the face he's doing is his girlfriend.
This awful.
Alex, so I understand that you used your girlfriend's image as reference. The photo that you use, she's at an angle that's tilted like this.
Right.
I don't feel that you interpreted that angle well, and you created a face that has more of a traditional alien shape.
I think when people look at it, they'll get the idea.
You didn't get that depth. You didn't get that perspective. I saw the photo. Looks like a beautiful girl on the photo. Looks like a freak of nature on the tattoo.
We're here to determine who had the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo. My artist was Alex Rockoff.
Her one cheekbone is definitely a lot higher than the other one.
It's not a very pretty face. That sucks.
It's almost like a scary woman's face.
Yeah.
I wanted a beautiful woman's face.
It's very Wicked Witch.
I gotta live with this forever, and that nose is...
Yeah.
Now it's time to find out who the human canvas jury voted for. That. Alex, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Nick, why did the jury vote for Alex?
The shape, the cheekbones are too pronounced, the eyes are off level, the nose is butchered.
That tattoo I put on is dope.
Really? Everyone in the room voted for it. It was unanimous that this was the bottom. To come on Ink Masters, I expect perfection and greatness, and this is by far not greatness.
I apologize on behalf of everybody here.
It's not my first bad tattoo.
Hey, dude.
Thank you.
It's a kick in the nuts. I like my tattoo. It's unfortunate that Nick doesn't. I thought my tattoo was fun and colorful. I mean, her tattoo was pretty much butchered. It looked dark as
And then Clean's tattoo was messy. I really didn't think my tattoo would be even close to that.
It's unanimous that the tattoo, the face itself, is unappealing. From clients, your peers, definitely from us.
The judges have decided, Alex, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
You've came into a season that is the best of the best. This looks like a finale, and you're here with them. So you made it far, man. Don't bum out. Head up. Always head up.
Please pack your machines and close shop. Okay. All right, artists. James Vaughn challenged you to tattoo a Japanese dragon with water. You will have 6 hours to tattoo, and your time starts now.
All right. Is the skin as bad as you thought it was?
Oh, the skin's bad.
Because I lost the weight, is that why?
Totally, it's been stretched out. I got the worst canvas of the day because the skin is so fragile. If I'm not careful, it's gonna swell up to the point where I can't tattoo it. All right.
Burns so bad.
It's not very fun.
Oh my.
Christian and Clean were clearly out to screw me. I'm a threat, and they're trying to take me out. So I appreciate you fighting through with this.
How you doing, buddy? Starting to get a little rough?
If it wasn't for the burn, I'd be straight, man.
Sausage is totally rattled. I almost feel guilty.
Almost.
I'm pretty sure Sausage is going to eat my face tonight.
Oh, is he angry?
Oh, he's beyond angry.
Sausage should be feeling like a little kid because he's gonna get spanked today.
Let's take this last stab at it, okay?
Oh.
My canvas is really feeling the pain. He's kind of jostling around in the chair. This is not making it easy for me to do these really smooth blends that I need to nail.
God damn it. I got nothing left.
I'm screwed.
Sausage.
The legibility of this tattoo is lost just in the way you shaded it. You put black right up to the edge of the dragon and then black right inside the dragon.
The problem with skin that has weight loss, it's much harder when it's deflated.
That being said, you do have some anatomy issues. The neck is so thick, and then you really taper down to this thin body. It makes it seem like the head is way in the foreground and the rest of the dragon's way off in the background. Your big downfall is the drawing.
We are here to determine who has the worst tattoo of the day.
This is my tattoo, our sausage.
It's too black. I really can't see the scales, nothing.
Yeah, too much shading.
It's hard to read.
You should have put some color in it.
But then that's the difference between a black and gray and a color tattoo.
But that's a black and dull tattoo then, because it's really dull.
Does this belong in the bottom? Hell no.
It's now time to find out who the human canvas jury chose. Sausage, you're here because the human canvas jury determined that you had the worst tattoo of the day. Ron, why did the human canvas jury vote Sausage to the bottom?
They said it was too dark, and that was it.
I'm sorry, Ron. This is not where I expected to see you
You
at all.
don't gotta be sorry about nothing. I was a bad canvas. It hurt.
He took some breaks, and we did the best we could.
I don't see this being a bad tattoo at all. I don't care what anyone says. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Okay, Ron, thanks for joining us, buddy.
See you guys.
When I see black tucked into whiskers like that, my immediate response is somebody was trying to cover up a mistake.
The scales are done well, the face is done well. It's not like I'm gonna go back upstairs and the bed. I'm gonna come back out swinging for the fences again.
If Sausage's tattoo walked into my shop, I would question whether that person knows how to tattoo.
But I do feel that mine was more legible.
I don't